Good evening. Good evening.
I would say that, you know, be excited.
I'm so happy, believe me. I'm so happy. Happy New Year.
Let me talk! Let me talk! Let me talk! You've got to fucking die to get 3 points!
My fraudulent friends who's in this building and ready to be going in. We're going in. Fraudulence will be exposed tonight. Let's exercise those freeloading fraudulent thumbs as we get cracking. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My sons, Fraud gang in the building. Fortification squad, love to your mothers. I hope you are all doing well and looking after each other in these turbulent times. We're all we've got, people. Yeah? Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Saturday night. It is late. It is going to be extremely fraudulent. My sons, the gang in the building. I see you. I see you. I feel the love. We've got so much to talk about today. But before we crack on, I want to say a massive thank you to the newest members of the Fraud Gang Members Club.
I'm so happy, believe me. I'm so happy. Happy New Year.
You are massively appreciated and helping this channel to grow. This channel is the home of fraudulence. This is where there are certain dons in this footballing world of ours who are living on probationary time. Indeed, today we saw some frauds exposed and some former frauds reinstated. We've also seen some quite shocking decisions, some absolutely dreadful punditry, and to boot, it may all well be just fixed. I'm at a loss for words. Hopefully you can help me on this journey. It is late night fraudulence. Let's move. Let's move into the studio. Indeed. You join me tonight on a very sad night, unfortunately, because my friends, I'm looking at the Premier League table right now, and the Premier League table. Is this actually the Premier League table? Wow. Tottenham Hotspur. God almighty. Where are my club? Where are my club? I need just a... Okay. Game in hand. 12 to 15. Yeah, we can get to 6th. Okay. This is life. This is the reality of this beautiful journey that they call life, my fraudulent friends. She will creep up on you extremely fast. And today, it was Manchester City that were on the wrong end of what they are calling a Mourinho masterclass. And, you know, I've got to say it's very sad. It is very sad to see what is happening to Pep Guardiola in front of our eyes. He is an iconic manager, but he is the first member of the fraud squad. Right? This much seems to be being confirmed week in, week out. And unfortunately, he really is on Fraud Watch. He really is on Fraud Watch. Can I get a hashtag Fraud Watch? Because this guy has had almost too much help. And we have at least become reliant on the deliveries of a certain young Belgian. Right? And I've got to say, lads, now I know he's a top-class player. I know he's a top-class player, but world-class players are able to consistently grab the game by the scruff of the neck and make things happen. And I'm sorry to say that on the day and this season, with just 1 goal in 7 games, Mr. Kevin De Bruyne is MIA. He is missing in action, and he may well have been found out. He is a beautiful crosser of a ball. The deliveries are, as we have discussed, my fraudulent friends, they are special. He has an incredible knack of putting the ball into the danger zone, and it is something that you would go to. However, if you realise how dangerous he is from out wide, you're going to try and force him inside, and that is what we're starting to see more of. And unfortunately, he just wasn't able to pick even try to pick a single through ball. Tottenham. Tottenham. Wow. Incredible. This is the best Spurs team. It's the best Spurs squad that I think I've ever seen in my life. I think that much is pretty obvious for anyone who's followed football over the last 30 years. Really and truly, this is a fantastic opportunity. Make no mistake about it. This is a fantastic... And if you think that there isn't the smallest inkling in Jose Mourinho's little mind, then you're fooling yourself, right? Because there may well never be a better chance in his career to lift another Premier League trophy. 9 games played, just the 1 defeat. They are stronger than they have been for quite some time, and defensively they were simply unbreakable today. Manchester City are seriously lacking in something. What is that? I would love to know your thoughts. Please do. Entertain me in the comment section below. And if you are new to the stream, subscribe. Why not drop the video a damn like as well if you breathe oxygen? I'm going to go to some of the fraud gang in the chat. I see you. I see you. What do we want to talk about today? Is it going to be the VAR? We are going to touch on that. Don't worry, my son. We're going to go through each and every one of the Premier League games today. We're going to touch on the brilliance of a young Norwegian, and also a record-breaking teenager as well. It is a day that has been packed with non-stop drama and controversy from the very beginning. Let me know where you're watching from. It is quite simple when I break down the Spurs versus Manchester City game, which is where we are going to start. Let's just flip back over here. What I'm seeing at Tottenham is very worrying as an Arsenal fan. As a Spurs fan, oh wow, it must be incredible. There will be real belief there now. There will be real belief from fans who, I reckon, initially probably thought twice about even the association with the guy. You know, he comes like a poison chalice, but really and truly the experience and this little bit of a, I'm not going to say small man syndrome, but something akin to that is this little bit of an insecurity. And that, I think, drives him, a passion to be recognised. And he is definitely a certified winner. So, given another opportunity, and he would have been begging for one, at a club who have been splashing the cash and creating what I think is what he wanted at Manchester United and more. Let's just take that in for a second by looking at the lineups. The balance in the side is actually beautiful. It is very difficult to look at that. It's your second choice right back. He's still working hard for him, even though they've obviously had a little thing. And he is a controversial character, Aurier. He's got history with all kinds of managers, including Emery. There is a doggedness. There is a tenacity. There is an aggression. And there is truly a belief that by working hard for each other as a team, that they can achieve something under Mourinho. It is actually very sad when you think about it. It is very sad to see what is happening here. Top of the league, it may well be temporarily, right? And the fixture list, I do believe, has played into their hands. So far. Let's have a look at their results. Apart from the Manchester City one there, as you can see. West Brom, we're kind of expecting them to win that. Brighton, we're kind of expecting them to win that. Burnley, we're kind of expecting them to win that. West Ham, a draw, okay. Beating Manchester United, fantastic, but that's going to kind of... yeah, it's okay. A draw against Newcastle and losing to Everton. Beat Southampton as well. Okay, so I've got to say they've done pretty much everything that they should have done, and for that you've got to say they've beaten Manchester United, they've beaten Everton and Manchester City. I'm sorry, that's fucking hell, that's sensational. I'm sorry, no, they're doing everything. I'm worried. I'm worrying. I don't want to be worried about this. Let's just think about this. How can this fall apart? This will fall apart. This will fall apart. Make no mistake. I know this game. I know this game. I'm never wrong. This will fall apart. It's a beautiful Roots album. Yeah, please, I recommend it. Highly recommend it. I don't know what these young MCs are all about, but some Black Thought in your life can certainly propel you to new heights. But these are new heights, dizzy new heights for Tottenham. Let's be honest. Tottenham, top of the league. This is not a situation that they will be used to, and we don't know how they're going to deal with the pressure. So far, though, I've got to say, fantastic. Wow, today, the plan is quite simple, isn't it? It is quite a simple plan. It's incredibly effective, though, and they all certainly have bought into the hype. The way that Harry Kane forced Laporte out of his position, and he drew him like 10, 15 metres out. It was unnecessary. He didn't need to fight. I mean, it's debatable whether he needed to track him, but the intelligence of the movement is sublime. And around him, like I say, we got this balance. I'm not a massive fan of this guy. I thought he was going to bring more than he has, but I guess this is what it is. It's just soul destroyer. That's it. Just soul destroyer. It's I think it's a destroyer. Yeah, he is. I'm not really. Sissoko, I really do rate him, man. Wow, he is so dangerous bombing down the right hand side. You think it's. I mean, when it's applied, it's fantastic. And Ndombele on the turn, he's pretty scoopy. It's lovely. It is lovely to see. It's very sad to see, though. It's very, very sad to see. Harry Kane is key to this, though. Make no mistake that he is playing a lot of football. I believe 20 games in the last 70-odd days, and that in itself could well take a toll. And you would think that things might be slightly different without him. He is so good at game management. It is unbelievable. Not only just running it into the corner and running the clock down, but getting his body in front of the man and between him and the ball every time. Gets there first. He knows when to go down. And as much as it's kind of scummy, it's also just he's mastered it. So it is very, very sad to see. Oh, we've got Tottenham fans writing in. Sensational scenes. Look, I don't rate your boy Højbjerg. I'm not rating him as a baller, okay? He's a destroyer. Just accept it. He's not being asked to do much more. I think that's fair enough. I think that is interesting. Matt Hayes, Tottenham blog, saying, dissing Højbjerg, can I call in to talk? I mean, sure, you can call in to talk. Yeah, for sure. DJ, show him how to do it. If you can set it up, we'll get him on. I said we'd win the Premier League in September, and I was right. Bro, we're 10 games in. Can everyone calm down? It's 8 games gone in the league, and people are saying we won the league. I told you that we're going to get relegated. Yeah, I told you we were going to. Oh, please have a word. My God, listen, I know a fraud when I see one. Højbjerg is on borrowed time. He does a job, though. I'll accept that. All right. You can call in and say what you want, though. If anyone does want to do the old phone in, join the Discord. The link is in the description box below. One of the mods in the Discord will point you to the queue, and we'll sort it out. Yeah. Dear God Almighty, it goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? Chelsea in second place with a 2-0 win over Newcastle United. I mean, is there any need? Is there actually any need? Okay, well, hold on a second. I haven't done this. I haven't done Man City. Let me just rewind. Hold up. We're going to... The espresso's kicking in. Much love to everyone who is in the stream. I see there's a few of you in here. Drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. Let's talk about Man City, who are a mess. They are actually a mess. Where do I even start with this lot? Blimey. I don't know why Pep's chosen the side that he's chosen. There are obviously reasons for that. Oscar, thanks for subscribing, mate. Much love. Welcome to the Fraud Gang. I rate so many of their players. I feel a little bit like he has done himself a disservice again. Mahrez is on borrowed time at the club, for sure. I don't think since he has been there, really. At first I thought it was that he wasn't being given opportunities. Now I think he's just a different player to the one that I knew. And although it's just a wealth of talent that should be winning the majority of the football games that they play. On the day, the desire is on another level for Spurs. Every 50-50. I mean, the physicality was borderline brutal, but that shows a willingness to win or just an unwillingness to lose. And that is what Mourinho is about. He has got 11 players there who are not like Pep has got them trying to buy into an idea. Every one of those players who is running out there today for Tottenham, they've already been sold the dream. They've bought into it. They are fully on board. and they are working their socks off to try and make their career cross paths with a little bit of Mourinho history, because he is known for doing it big. He is known for going all the way, and he has been massively disrespected. I think Manchester United, at the time there anyway, it's questionable whether he is really at fault. He's actually picked apart the reasons why the club were in freefall. He's asked for specifics and not got them. He's moved clubs. He looks like he's getting what he wants. He looks like he's got a new lease of life. And it is actually quite painful to see Pep Guardiola falling apart in comparison with this. I've said it before, but it is this Wenger-esque stubbornness in this, desire, this obsession with playing this style of football. It is fine. It is great. I actually think in some ways it's kind of changing what worked so well. Lots of crossing, but it's not great crossing. This is not the De Bruyne that I know. What's going on here? Has he been found out? 0 through balls attempted. There is no way you're getting in behind. So it's simply crossing, and a lot of it was rushed. His decision making, I think, maybe just hurried because he was under so much pressure. They worked their socks off. And this is the one thing I do rate Højbjerg for. This is the one thing I do rate him for. He's just a dirty little shit, isn't he, really? That's what he is. Yeah. Which, I mean, that's good. Eric Dyer is quite similar. Alderweireld, some of the challenges today were... And I'm sorry to say this, but Bernardo Silva is away with the fairies. And this is a weird time. I understand. There's so much going on right now. I don't actually know how footballers are keeping it all together. Unless your club is an extremely tight unit, tightly knit unit, well drilled, who are passionate about going all the way, you're really going to struggle right now, especially without fans. Especially without fans. They appear to have a real connection and understanding. And we're saying that even though they had very little of the ball. It was almost all in transition. And I guess that is exactly what we should expect from Mourinho, to try and nullify. But the worrying thing isn't that. The worrying thing is that there are actually some patterns of play which are not what I associate with Mourinho. And not, at least not for a long time anyway. This is a Manchester City side who are consistently plugging gaps with different pieces. Even though he's got something that works brilliantly. There's so much to say for Phil Foden getting some more game time in my eyes. What he was doing for England, it's not even what he was doing for England. What he was doing when he was 7 years old. I've seen some videos. He's a ridiculous baller. I would love to see him get some more game time. I love the fact that Gabriel Jesus is so hungry, even in the 91st minute. Right? But they've been outclassed today, man for man. Silva so off the ball. However, there is a counter-argument to this. Right? There is another side to this story, and there's always three. Right? He's in the queue to prove me wrong. I'll see you in a second, mate. Okay. While I just hop on over to Discord and open this up, I just do want to talk... It could have actually been more, couldn't it? It could actually have been more. Edison nearly rounded, only a kind of lackluster Heung-min Son touch. The difference, he was... okay, right. Now, hold on a second. I've not actually used this before, so give me a second to set this up. Let's just hopefully be able to go like that. And we should have an angry Tottenham fan on the line. who is not muted. Can you hear me, Matt? Let's have a listen. No. Okay, Matt, you've got a window of opportunity here, mate. I'm bringing you on, and you're not. This is, yeah, DJ, you're gonna have to take control of that. Okay, hold on. We might have him now. DJ, you're a massive fraud, mate. Can't believe this. You got me trying to. Okay, all right, we'll go again. No, DJ, you've failed. Massive fraudulence. If you can get Matt on, right? I've opened up the channels. Oh, he's here. Hey, well done, DJ. You're excused. You're excused. Matt. No, or was that DJ? Was that DJ talking? Oh, this is a massive. No, this is huge fraudulence. DJ is actually lining people up in the queue. I can see them being lined up. He's saying, let the fraudulence commence. Bro, I can't hear him. Okay, I need you to go in here. Right, hello?
Hello?
Ah, yes. Good job. Can everyone hear him? Can you talk for us, Matt?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, mate.
Hi, how are you?
Have you got any headphones on by any chance?
Yeah, I have headphones on.
Oh, okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so you're a Tottenham fan. You wanna come on and talk Højbjerg, yeah?
Yeah, and more than that. He's probably just
Oh,
got
and
more
more
than
than
that.
that.
Yeah,
Okay,
oh, yeah.
well, first things first. Hold on a second. Let me know where you're calling from.
I'm from Ireland.
From Ireland. Oh, whereabouts?
Limerick, the southwest.
Okay, beautiful scenes. Everyone show a bit of love to Matt. Okay. Big Spursy fan in the building. Okay, say your piece, man.
Well, the first thing you got wrong is saying Højbjerg isn't all that. We signed him for 15 million from Southampton from a mid-table team, and he's been the best player in our team so far this season. 75% of our goals in the league this season have come from Højbjerg, albeit a tackle, an interception, or a pass, whatever it is. He is, along with Kane, the key creator inside in our team. And you're right saying he's a destroyer and all that. He is, but he's a creative player. He's not a direct replacement for Moussa Dembele, but he's a fantastic footballer who can go forward, he can go backwards.
Oh, wow. Are you trying to do a comparison with Højbjerg and Dembele, one of the most difficult men in world football to get the ball off? I would say,
Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Tanguy Ndombele together create the Moussa Dembele effect.
Oh, okay, well, now you're talking about a player who I've actually praised, who I've actually told Tottenham fans was going to be a baller before he'd even set foot in the country. This is it's a different argument. I'm not going to stand here and criticise what is being built. If you look back at the channel, I have said there will be a balance added by him. I stand by that. It's a trio, though. Him on his own, I'm not rating as a baller. The guy will never get into True Ballers FC.
No, Højbjerg is a fantastic. How much have you watched him play this season? Be honest.
I've watched a few Tottenham games, man. I watch a lot of football.
Okay, against Man City today, he was probably mainly an enforcer, which you can understand for that game we're playing today. If you watch him against Manchester United, look at that assist he got for Serge Aurier's goal. The first time ball in behind Paul Pogba. Absolutely outstanding pass. And it's not the first time he's done that. He has, up until this week, had the most passes of any player in the Premier League. If that's not a sign of a baller, I don't know what is. As I said, 3/4 of our goals come from him.
Most passes. You know, this is why you got to watch the games. It's not just about stats. Most passes. Are we going to measure these passes? Are they all like 2-yarders to the guy next to him? Because the guy next to him is a baller who's actually going to make things happen. And if that's the role, fair enough. But don't throw, he's doing more passes than anyone in the Premier League. It means nothing. Granit Xhaka does this on a daily basis, bro.
Okay, but Tottenham are a team that are top of the Premier League, and every team that does well needs a metronome, needs someone in the middle of the park to keep things taken over, and he's that man. just because he's not getting
Okay,
the assist
I
every
hear you.
single
I
time
hear
or
you.
putting every single ball in behind, he's one of the
No, I
most
don't
important
expect him.
players on
I
our
don't
team.
expect him to be doing that. This is why I think you've jumped out of the pram a little bit here, right? If only
Okay.
because it's not necessarily a criticism. It's a basic stuff. That's what I expect him to be doing, right? And in all honesty, he did it extremely well today. There's no denying that whatsoever. Let me just ask you a few questions about the Spurs side and how you're feeling about Jose Mourinho. Were you over the moon when you heard that he was going to be the manager, or is this something that you've had to grow into?
I was absolutely furious. When we got rid of Pochettino, a man who was building a project, look, it was going poorly at the end of it. Things were starting to fall apart. But you have a man who's building a project, who was putting together something. Look, it took a lot of time. There wasn't much success in it. And in hindsight, it was the right decision to get rid of him. But bringing in Mourinho, who had left Manchester United in tatters, had destroyed their dressing room and things like that. I was absolutely furious seeing him come in. But he said the day he came in, he said he was a changed man. He brought in his coaching staff. He brought him in from Lille. People like João Sacramento, Ricardo Formazinho, who were known for their attacking football. So straight away there was a change there. I'm not going to lie, it took time to get used to it. It took time to fall in love with him. He's a manager who obviously had been at Chelsea for so long. He had 2 spells there. He won everything with them. As a Spurs fan, we've been primed to hate Jose Mourinho, and it was difficult to turn that around. But what he's doing is he's getting the players on the pitch. They're playing for it. Outside there today against Manchester City, every single player was running 100 kilometers per hour as fast, going after every single ball. They were chasing down everything. They're players who were playing for the badge, who weren't doing that in the past. There are players, there were passengers in that team. He's gotten rid of Ericsson. He's gotten rid of Dele Alli. He's Davinson Sanchez kicked out of the team. Harry Winks doesn't fit in his system. Put him on the reserves. He doesn't belong on the team. He's not keeping players there because the fans want them or anything like that. He's playing the players that deserve to play, that can go out and play fantastic football and that can win us trophies. It may be the Premier League this season. It may not be the Premier League this season, but we're going to win trophies under Jose
Oh, I
Mourinho.
like that. Okay, right. Well, you sound like a rational man because obviously your club is associated with failure and not success. You're not used to going the final hurdle. There's
In recent
always
history,
a
yeah.
little slip. Recent history? How old are you, bro?
I'm 20.
Oh, wow. So you've genuinely only seen Spurs win 1 trophy?
I don't remember it, but yeah.
Wow. That is
2008 Carling Cup.
so sad. I say that in jest, but it's been a long time since, Arsenal won the league. As an Arsenal fan, I really do feel like we are, 17 years now? It's getting a little bit ridiculous, but Spurs are certainly looking like they could be in a position where they could take advantage of what is just the maddest looking season for quite some time. However, bro, as much as I really respect your game for stepping up, I got to tell you, we're 9 games in. I think 8 games in, really. And we've just got to take a little chill pill because, unfortunately, there really is no history of success. And the only thing that will pull, in my eyes anyway, Tottenham over the line is keeping all of these players fit. Mm-hmm. And I guess the Jose Mourinho effect, which I have to hold my hands up and say, so far, it looks like it's working a damn treat. Yeah. Anyway, Matt, much love for getting involved. I'm going to move the conversation on. If you ever want to come on again, especially after Spurs lose,
I'll be happy to do that.
You're more than welcome. Okay, fantastic.
Thanks for having me, Hugh.
All right, no problem. Okay, Matt, that was fantastic. Right, so if we're going to do that again, DJ, just you're going to have to do all the electronic stuff. Okay, fantastic. We're going to move on. Anyhow, we've talked a lot of Tottenham. I feel sick in the mouth, right? We're getting a little bit gassed here. It'll be done. When will it be done? Is it tomorrow? It could be done tomorrow. Yeah, it should be done tomorrow. Okay. No, Liverpool are going to need to win 11-0. Okay. Leicester to win tomorrow. We need to fix that, but it will be fixed in time. It will fix itself. Okay. We've got a long queue of fraudulent fans. Bros, I'm going to need queues the size of Morley's. I'm going to need to know who you are and what you want to talk about before we do the talking. Maybe DJ can kind of vet those frauds before we get to them. Anyhow, we're going to move the conversation on to the Manchester United against... Oh, wow. I feel so sorry for these Dons. Wow, incredible. West Bromwich Albion. what a game. What have I just seen? What have I actually just watched? What are we actually entertaining? This is the entertainment that they are providing, right? But this is clearly some kind of narrative. This is not natural. This is forced beyond belief. This is not a coincidence. Oh, please. Are you seriously considering what you have just seen today between Manchester United and West Bromwich Albion as anything but utter fraudulence of the highest degree? I mean, where do I even begin with this? This is incredible. It is so sad. This is actually life sometimes, you know. 3 points. I heard an interview with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer post-game where he said that results are all that matter in these times. Performances are kind of out of the window in terms of their importance. I thought Bruno... I thought he'd missed. I thought he'd missed a pen, saved, great save. Oh, lovely. Oh, he was my Fantasy Premier League captain this week, I have to say. Much love to Oscar for the recommendation. Extremely fraudulent, though, isn't it, what we're seeing here? Because it is one incredibly bad decision at one end, followed by... What's going on out there? Followed by another at the other end. I am... I'm kind of torn as to whether I genuinely believe in this anymore. You know, I was watching Rio Ferdinand and Paul Scholes do post-match analysis of a game which they felt, as Manchester United fans, as Manchester United legends, which they felt had been stolen from under the noses of West Brom. These are their words. I don't understand how this has happened. I don't understand how they get away with this. I don't understand it, why it wasn't looked at. Blah, 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 blah. I just am actually... I'm kind of grossed out by the hypocrisy. Because for many a year, we watched both of those two running riot, ruining legs, cracking spines, kicking the likes of Reyes out of England, Brexit style. Limbs shredded. I remember, I think it was Reyes. It was either Limburg or Reyes had gone clean through. Wow, Rio actually, he just tried to kill him. He just tried to actually, he just took him out. Right? Clean, don't care, taking one for the team. You're not scoring. Bang. Crack, crunch. No foul. There was no foul. No, hold on a second. No, hold on a second. No red card. No yellow card. No yellow card. No foul. Wow. Oh. So what I worked out was you just have to take things with a pinch of salt with Manchester United, because they're a different animal to everybody else, and they are treated as such as well. They are actually one of the country's biggest exports, and people need to understand the importance and the synonymity of the relationship between the Premier League and Manchester United. There is no way that anyone in their right mind can stand in front of me and try and tell me that the Premier League would prefer to see West Bromwich Albion taking points off Manchester United. There is just no way. I'm sorry. There is no real benefit to West Bromwich Albion winning this game. And even though they may well have only created one clear-cut opportunity, they may well have had umpteen on them. I don't know how many United created, but it was quite a few. What you're really praying for as an underdog is a lucky shot. You're waiting and biding your time and being as, just giving everything that you can, just hoping that on that day there's a slim little chance that the ball might just fall your way. That is the day that someone slips up and that you can take advantage. It is unfortunate, but you know, that's life. What I saw though, I just couldn't believe. I just couldn't believe the way it was happening. I'm seeing him missing pens. I mean, the keeper, he did the same thing again, didn't he? I guess it's just a thing now. He dived about a metre, maybe more, off the line. And then when he retook it, he dived even further forward. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. It's a much-needed win, a home win that they've been waiting 6 months for. And I have to say, I think there are quite a few good performances from United against a side who are capable of getting something from big sides, but they are going to need luck. And that luck... Oh, mate, that was all on Manchester United's side. All on Manchester. This is... it's a funny picture. Let's just move over here for a second. You see this Don here? See this guy? He knows something's up. He knows this is dodgy. He knows this is dodgy. There's no, look at this. This is, I'm sorry. Why? What's this Don doing down here? There's no one there at the ground. What are these Dons doing? Well, I mean, okay. He's just watching the game there, right? He's just protecting the screen, maybe? I don't know what he's doing. Okay. Can we define clear and obvious? Because it's starting to frustrate me. I'm feeling very confused. Yeah? I'm being confused on purpose. I actually think that is the purpose here. I actually think confusion is the purpose, because then anything goes. Then it is just a free-for-all. We have 6 people that these things have got to go through. 6. How is it possible that this is happening so much? It is actually, it's ruining football. I didn't want to fall into this trap of saying this, but this is getting silly. And forcing it like this and stealing opportunities, not going back for fouls. Look, oh mate, who is it brought down? Who's the blonde guy? Who's the blonde kid? I can't remember his fucking name. The kid's brought down, right? He is clean taken out on the way in. There he is. And I am seeing VAR. Oh, if I was a West Brom fan, I'd be fuming. I would have wanted a point for that. I would have wanted a point for that. That game, they deserved a point. I'm sorry, they deserved a point. This is very sad. Moments are being stolen here by this. What is this? I'm done with it. I'm actually done with it. If you can't use it properly, and you can't even define these laws, like there's no consistency whatsoever. And what we have done, in essence, is actually kind of throw doubt into referees' minds as well. Now they're doubting themselves. I'm sorry, there's no reason whatsoever to be going back. And I've got, again, 2 of the biggest fraudulent Manchester United legends, right? 2 fantastic players who understand football, telling the world that despite their allegiances, this is not right. Yet, what my biggest problem with this whole thing is, it's just going to carry on as if nothing's happened. I'm getting kind of tired of this. I'm really getting kind of tired of this. United, the memes, they're silly. They are silly. This guy has changed the football club. Please pay respect. Please pay respect. He is actually very good at football. He's not... Oh, God, it's... He does stuff. He does stuff. He takes responsibility. He's actually quite puny, right? he's quite puny. I can put my hand around his wrist, and his bicep is not much wider than his wrist. So he is he's not relying on any physicality or anything like that. It's all technical ability. It's a vision. It's a willingness to attack and shoot, and he loves to shoot, even when there's people right in front of him. But the impact, I mean, it's been amazing. I would say this. I think he scored 14 goals in the time since he signed. 6 of them are non-penalty goals. I actually think that's irrelevant. What Manchester United clearly have is a way of getting penalties. That is for sure. And, you know, if you are going to criticise, it's not this guy, I don't think. I don't think it's this guy at all, actually. What has been flavour of the month has been criticising the likes of Maguire, who, again, I thought was actually really good. There have been times where I think he's been carried by Lindelof, but today I thought he was good. And I think he was a midfielder. The confidence with which he brings the ball forward is probably unnerving for a lot of United fans, actually, because that's his weakness, isn't it? At the same time, the ability of not getting back. However, there's no fraudulence on Maguire's part that I can call out today. I actually wasn't very impressed with this Don. Martial. And I'll tell you what. I've said this so many times on this channel, and you will see that I am never wrong. Yeah? Football Donnies, please unite by exercising those freeloading fraudulent thumbs and dropping the video a damn like. It is massively appreciated. I'm going to get to all the super chats in a second, but I've got to focus on this for a second, because this guy here he's an extremely talented football player. That much is just, you play for Manchester United and France. Come on, though. We don't need to even say that. The thing is, he doesn't understand football like Edinson Cavani. And that is the truth. I see some incredible moments of brilliance. The touch that he did towards the very end of the game. It's almost like a kind of mix between a first touch Cruyff turn type thing. He just kind of angled it into his own path. Beautiful. An amazing challenge as well. I think it was Kyle Bartley. They're going. However, a lot of the time, his movement leaves a lot to be desired, and you wouldn't think that that would be the case with a guy who's as blessed athletically. Now, I think people will get it one day. I really kind of hope that he makes it work for himself at United, but Cavani's movement is of an elite creme de la creme class. It is next level, and that is the reason why he is behind only Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi for goals in top 5 leagues over the last God knows how many years, 7 or 8 years. The man is more than capable, actually, if given the opportunity of having this role, of showing the dogged Uruguayan spirit that never stops working and guiding the likes of Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford as well, who again was a little bit missing today, into being more complete players. Because even though you're getting results here, even though the manager is saying it's not really about performances, listen, lads, this is not the complete performance by any stretch of the imagination, and it is against a side who are going to get relegated 100%. So I'm not actually going to be going over the moon or blowing this out of proportion. Star of the show. Incredible. Amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. Beautiful. Football. The entertaining one. I feel very sad for this guy. Oh, wow. Listen, as a goalkeeper, right, you should be allowed to jump forward. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's so out of order. Anyway, the rules are the rules, the laws are the laws. And there has been a lot more football madness going on today that I do want to go over. So let's go over the rest of the Premier League fixtures. We had Chelsea against Newcastle as well. We've got to talk about these Chelsea Dons. Bloody hell. Oh, wow. Incredible scenes. This is actually the early kickoff. If we've got any Chelsea fans in the chat, do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We'll get to you in a minute, my son. Oh, let's go through the super chats. Let's quickly go through these super chats. Jack Belgin saying, Jack Belgin with more Højbjerg. What is this? What is this? The Højbjerg fan club. Okay, he's saying all of our goals start from Højbjerg interceptions. Good man. Okay, right. Enjoy. Jan Nestroy? Jan Nestroy. I hope I've said that right, mate. Much love for getting involved. Patrick Vargas says, oh, yes. Taking that win. Premier League trophy, here we come. Maybe not, but don't kill my vibe. Okay. Listen, you enjoy this moment. Enjoy it while it lasts. Danny A26 saying, Scotland will win the Euros. Mark my words. Oh, please. Well, God. We're really all out tonight, aren't we? All the delusional dons are really out tonight. Okay. Jay saying, I'm confident Leeds win. Is my opinion fraudulent? Oh, wow. Incredible. You're confident that Leeds will win. You're talking about against Arsenal. Arsenal playing Leeds. Oh, wow. You're actually thinking that you can get something. Is that what you're saying? Look, we're going to get onto that. I'm not going to jump the gun or anything. But Leeds United, they've lost the same amount of games, haven't they? It's just that one draw. Oh, it's going to be a good one. It is going to be a good one. If only because I'm really looking forward to seeing whether Mikel Arteta plays Nicola Pepe. I wonder what kind of punishment Willian, if any, has received as a result of the kind of Dubai extracurricular stuff. And I wonder I have seen him in training, so I do wonder if that has had any impact at all, or whether it will mean that Pepe is given a little bit more of an opportunity because he has been just working away and doing quite well. Let me say this. Of course, Bielsa is well versed in Nicola Pepe from his time at Lille. And, having signed him, he's going to be a guy who could possibly understand everything that he has in his locker. So could either nullify him or be terrified by him. It's going to be an interesting one. Hopefully Arsenal don't just sit back, but maybe that is the way to go, because so far the stubbornness from Leeds and Bielsa of playing their way has proved to be their undoing as much as the reason that they are where they are. Okay, Maestro, much love for your mother. She is a special woman. She is super special. Please send my love. Okay, just let her know that she's appreciated. As are you, my son. Much love to your mother for getting involved. Fahim786 saying, do people think this season is 10 games long? Spurs winning the league? It's ludicrous. The thing is, they've played one of the big six. They're just on a good run. Okay, well, I guess they're not the big six right now, but Manchester United, Manchester City, and they lost to Everton. Did they play Chelsea? I don't think they played Chelsea yet, did they? I actually can't remember. West Ham, Burnley, Brighton. Wow, it's a nice little run. It's a cheeky little run, that is, It's a cheeky little run. Manchester United, no, Chelsea was in the League Cup. Southampton, Everton. You're right, they've only played City. Oh, the fixture list could be lying to you all. Beautiful. Let's not get gassed. It is very early doors to be judging anything. And I'm going to be honest, lads. I don't think that many teams are going to be able to do this consistency thing that everyone is just so obsessed about. I need to see you winning consistently. I need to see Pepe getting game time consistently. I need to see more creativity consistently. Well, look, mate, it's a fucking pandemic, right? And I'm playing 3 games a week.
I'm so happy, believe me. I'm so happy. Happy New Year.
My son. Bob Tiny is the newest member of the True Fraud Gang Members Club. My son. My actual son. Bob Tiny. Thanks for getting involved, mates. Enjoy the espresso emojis. iPro Geo MUFC saying, we need to talk United, Hugh. I'm in a queue. Okay, let's do it. Who wants to talk Manchester United? Who wants to talk about the fraudulence that we saw today? Ah, you better be loving life. Getting away with this. Okay, right. We've got a wow. The queue is, I mean, it is seriously like a Black Friday sale outside Morley's. Who are we bringing in then? We're bringing in, where are you? DJ, who's the Don that we need to put in the, who is he? Where are you, son? Show yourself. Okay, we've got a Manchester United fan coming on. Apparently he wants to say his piece. You know, this is this is going to be entertaining. Let me go through some more of these whilst we're waiting. Welly Zeno saying, wow, Manchester, I'm not going to, Manchester United, he says, Manchester winning through a penalty. This is football heritage. Wow, cool. Controversial scenes. Where is George? Is George live? George, you there?
Can you hear me?
George, mate.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
George, I can hear you loud and clear. Tell us where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Greece.
You're calling from Greece. Sensational. Beautiful. Wow. Is it, do they have winter? Is it summer there?
It's basically as cold as it gets, about 15 degrees.
Wow. Okay. Incredible scenes. So, Manchester United fan, I believe?
Yes.
And why have you called in today? You sound very, very ready to go, bro. You sound ready to go.
It's just this club is done, isn't it?
This club is done.
Yeah. I just don't see how this club is going to go back to the top with this owners that we have.
Okay. I think there's a lot of people who would agree with you. You have won today. You don't sound very happy about that. So does that mean that
we basically didn't deserve to win, and we got lucky in the end with the penalty. As we've got lucky a lot this season, we haven't been convincing in many games. I think the only 2 games we've been convincing is in the Champions League against PSG and Leipzig.
Okay, yeah, I'd agree with that. That's very worrying. However, you're talking about not actually being able to get back to the top, despite the fact that you have spent a lot of money. You've assembled a squad which is, I mean, do you not believe that squad is capable of winning trophies?
I just don't see what's the plan though. You have Pogba. I don't understand how you have Pogba, then you buy Bruno Fernandes, and you don't buy a CDM. You need a defensive midfield if you're gonna have these 2 players in the midfield. You need an Ndidi or a Kante, or else this will never work, and you will have to have a Fred and a Matic in the same lineup, and it's not good enough.
So for you, Fred hasn't been good enough.
No, Fred has been incredible, but
okay.
If you want to go on that next level, you need to bring in Pogba in the place that Fred is playing, and instead of Matic, you need to buy a player like Ndidi.
Okay, so you want rid of Fred, even though he's been incredible.
No, I need him as an option off the bench. He's not. I don't think he. If you want to compete for Premier Leagues and Champions League, he's not a starter for me.
Okay, so let me just ask you this then: in your eyes, has Paul Pogba done enough for you to become what I think he promised to be? Has he done enough for you to keep backing him? And at what point do you just kind of give up?
Look, this season, I agree he's been terrible. There's no going around that. But especially the half a season that at the start of all his tenure at the club, he was absolutely incredible. I think it's right after Jose was sacked, and he was playing more of an attacking midfielder role before Bruno came in the side, and he was getting a lot of assists. He was getting a lot of goals, and even before when Jose was manager, the season we had Zlatan up top, Zlatan missed so many chances for him. He could have like 10 more assists. He was running the games. I think he deserves a chance. The fans have not backed him. I just don't understand. The media is always against him. He's by far the best player in the squad. And if you bring in Bruno Fernandes to help him, and then this season you have him on the bench all the time, because you cannot identify in the summer that the most important position in the team that you need to buy is a defensive midfielder, because you have none at the side. You have a 32-year-old Matic who is very slow. He's not good enough anymore. And you have no other real central defensive midfielder, because Fred is more of I think he's more of a central midfielder. He's not that good defensively. He can do a job, but he's not a DM that can play there like a Fernandinho for City, the way that City played the last few years.
Okay, George, listen, right? Your manager has a few options in midfield. You just spent, I don't know, 30 odd million on Van der Beek. You've got Bruno in there, Pogba in there, Fred in there, and a couple of other options anyway. Is it actually a question of, yes, there are a couple more bits until you've got this kind of perfect squad, but is it a question of he's not quite getting what he could out of what he's got?
Look, obviously, I don't think the manager is the best option available. But if you bring
can you actually see him winning the league?
No, but I can't see anyone winning the league with this board, because every single season, if you can see the spending that United have done, whenever they finish outside of the top 4, they spend a lot of money because they want to get back into the Champions League. But when they get back into the Champions League, that were like we did last season, we don't spend money, we don't invest in positions that we should to go up a level. So every season, if you want to check that out as well, I think when Jose finished second, we did not invest at all. When Oli finished third last season, we did not invest in the squad like we needed to. And even I think when Louis van Gaal, when he finished in the top 4, that summer as well, the club did not spend the amount of money that was needed to improve the squad so you can challenge for the league. So I think they're just happy with getting top 4.
I have to agree with a lot of what you're saying, if only because I recognise it as something very, very similar to the situation at Arsenal. They have clearly taken advantage of the fact that they have this incredible business that they can use as an asset to get further loans on, to extract money from, it's just a very dirty business now, and there really is no need for the big owners to even try to win Premier Leagues. It's just totally irrelevant. It is all about your TV sponsorship, and just being in the Premier League is more than enough. I guess Champions League is an added bonus, but ultimately the owners aren't going to let go of this kind of, this
It's obvious because
beautiful,
it's free money for them.
Of course, it's an incredible way of making money, and they are, I mean, in Stan Kroenke's case, doing much bigger deals. Like Arsenal are very low down on his radar in terms of the size of the business. So I just wonder, do you need to look past that and actually either, have a coach who is able to get something out of this squad? Because you have other managers around the world, or Europe especially, who are achieving big things with very little at their disposal in comparison.
But you have tried. You got Jose Mourinho. He's probably one of the most decorated managers over the last 20 years. You got him in. He wanted to spend. After he finished. I think he finished second. He wanted to spend some money on the defense. He wanted Alderweireld. The club didn't give him that. And then a year later, you go and get by Maguire. So even if Pochettino comes in now, let's say, he's not going to finish top 4 this season. I don't think that's possible, but he might finish top 4 next season. They're going to give him money this summer, but if he finishes top 4 next season, again, the Pochettino might ask for a right winger. The club will not back him. So I don't know how good a manager must be to win the league again.
So basically, this is where the conversation started then, George. You've come on, you've said this club is finished, and that is because, from what I can hear in your voice, you don't see an end in sight.
Yeah, it's like a continuous cycle. The same thing happens for the last 7 years. The same thing has happened over and over and over again.
I mean, very sad scenes. I'm going to love you and leave you.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on.
No problem, George. Much love for getting involved. It is always emotional when it is your own club, right? If you have got any thoughts, you can join us on the... I mean, this is basically a phone-in show right at the moment, isn't it? We have got... DJ, who's next? Bring someone up and let me know which club that they're from before we bring them on. George, it was an absolute pleasure having you on. Sad scenes, really, because this is, what people love. It is what a lot of people keep close to their heart, and it has a lot of history and memories and whatnot, and things have changed so drastically that for some it is going to take some getting used to. It doesn't sound like George is ready to accept that things are a little bit different right now. I do think that they're more than capable of something. I really do. There are bits there. So, even though the performances have been awful, even though they've been massively fraudulent at home, even though I have to say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been on a fraud watch for a considerable amount of time, it's not the football that they've depended on today, is it? We've got a Liverpool Don coming on. What's his name? Where's he from? Luke LFC. Okay, mister. All right. Dear, oh dear. Let's just go through a couple of these super chats while we're here. Neftali Hernandez saying, Hugh, big up for the Naranja Mecánica memoir. Salud. The orange... What? I don't actually know what that means. Is that? Some Stanley Kubrick reference. T White 1911. You are the newest member of the Fraud Gang Members Club, and I massively appreciate you. Massively appreciate you. Thomas Seaver says, "Can I talk live?" Of course you can, mate. Just join the queue in the Discord. Links in the description. He says, "Shout out Rangers FC, my one love." Mihailo Milutinovic says, "Football without fans is nothing," and I couldn't agree more. It is kind of just convincing yourself that it's more than a training game. Coleman Maloney says, "Who do you think the snitch at London Colney is, Hugh? Much love, my fraudulent friend." Oh, wow. What a story. Danny Ceballos and David Luiz having a bust-up, a training ground bust-up, which some people seem to think doesn't happen in football, which I find quite strange, if I'm honest. Daniel, what have you been up to? Okay. Luke, the Liverpool fan, how you doing, my son? Where's this fraud? DJ, you've sent me a fraud who doesn't speak. No, Luke, mate, this is your moment. You're blowing it. You really are blowing your big moment, mate. No, he's not there. It's very sad to see, but that was Luke. Luke letting the side down. Let's just talk about this for a second. David Luiz is one of the nicest men in football who I actually met in Brazil, and he has quite an incredible story. He's a very religious man, very close to most of his old friends, and has actually funded quite a number of their further education, and I'm sure done a whole host of more things because he is active in charity work. He's actually the first Arsenal player to visit Rwanda, which I found quite interesting given the association. And there are some amazing things to see out there, gorillas included. He is quite clearly a gentle giant, as it were, and really does seem to be happy-go-lucky. So to hear that he is drawing blood from the hairdresser, yeah? Oh, wow. Incredible. This is a common thing, mate. Lads. This is the lads, yeah? The lads, yeah? It's just got a bit sticky, hasn't it? They're both going in. It's intense. One's this Danny's got previous. We know he doesn't have there's no halfway. It's 100% or nothing. I can relate. What is the story here is not the bust up. The story is not the fight. It is normal for testosterone boosted men to have a fisticuffs every now and then. Huh? Every now and then, an alpha has to make a move. Every now and then, a little weasel has to make a move. This is how it works, right? Life. Okay. The story is there's a snake in the grass. There is a mole amongst us. There is a rat who sits beside us. Who is this? Who is this most fraudulent Don? Who is this man, woman, or child who is making it his business to cause problems? We've had some leaked news about William, but William was one of the 2020 youngsters doing Instagram self-snitching. Very sad to see. It's like they don't understand the concept of social media. Your media is becoming social. It is. It is now the property of the world. Okay, so why are you I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to say this. I'm very sorry to say this. I may have got it wrong. I may have got it wrong. And I know that there's going to be some massive frauds out there who were extremely let down by the fact that I'm saying I may have got it wrong. But with new information, we must make new, informed decisions. There is a massive fraud amongst us, and his name is... Why are you pouting? Why are you pouting? What's going on here? What's going on? Leaked news. Self-snitching. More leaked news. Where's he gone? More leaked news. How much are we going to be paying this guy, and for how long? Ooh. It's starting to feel a little bit like a problem already. I really hope he proves me wrong, which would be proving me right, because I'm never wrong. Oh, you fucking fraud. It's more of a problem that this information is out there for me. I don't actually care if he's going to restaurants. I just don't want to know about it. And I definitely don't want everyone else knowing that we don't give a shit about the football and we're just out trying to get the finest sliced Argentine steaks on a regular basis. Ha! With the with a little bit of yeah? We're doing that. Is that what we're doing? Wow, incredible. Incredible football club. Nerf guns and Salt Bay. Yeah? Getting duppied 3-0 by a team that are just getting battered by everyone these days. It's incredible, isn't it? I'm seeing Villa getting pasted left, right, and centre. Oh, but not Arsenal. Arsenal! Watkins. Oh, mate, it's just like, he must have just drawn inspiration from the family bloodline of Arsenal fans who he knew he was going to be able to go back to with the most ultimate response. Oh, you never guessed what I did. Oh, you saw it? Oh. Oh. I had to. Oh. There is actually a problem, though, here. Someone untrustworthy is amongst us. And Mikel Arteta has spoken. Yeah. He has spoken. And he has said that there will be consequences. Oh, there will be consequences. Oh. You know, I would love to... I'd love to know what was going on. I'd love to know what was going on. I'd love to know what's going on. I'd love to know the details of those contractuals. I really would love to see who has the right to that starting lineup. Who is earning it in training? And whether this is, like I think it is anyway, this scrap, just a normal, standard modus operandi. Yeah? This should be happening all the time. Because we should be fighting, not only for each other, but whilst we're playing against each other. Normal. Especially for this Don, who's clearly got a little bit of bite about him, hasn't he? There's something a little bit... hungry about him. That said, there's also something massively fraudulent about him. And you, yeah? I don't want to start this football club. We've got all tomorrow for you to ruin my life. Yeah, you got all tomorrow, lads. Okay. Okay. Who's next in the chat? Let's get another call on. Who's next? DJ. I hope you've sorted this fraudulence. Right. What's this?
That's it.
Luke.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you very loud. How are you doing, my fraudulent friend?
I'm all right. How are you?
Okay, you sound unsure. Are you a Liverpool fan?
I am indeed, yeah. I'm worried. Worried about tomorrow.
You're a very worried Liverpool fan. Where are you calling from tonight?
Um, Hometown Ipswich.
Hometown of Ipswich.
Yeah.
Oh, the Tractor Boys.
Yeah, the
Wow.
Tractor Boys.
Incredible club with rich history.
I mean, they're not
why have
doing
you
too well now, but
Okay. Anyway, Liverpool, why are you worried?
well, I'll take you back to the beginning of the international break.
Please do.
Daily, I'm checking my phone. Injury, COVID. Roberto Firmino has been in contact with someone with COVID. I'm thinking, what is going on?
What is going on? Yeah. I mean, it's
And
global pandemic, isn't it?
yeah, but with Joe Gomez going out and Matip already being as lightweight as it comes, why did we not sign a backup for Lovren? I mean, I've said it so many times. I thought, I'd rather not have Lovren in the club, but I'm looking a bit fortunate now.
You want Lovren back? Is that what you mean?
I mean, he's banging in goals for Zenit. To be fair, he's a couple free kicks, couple long ranges, but we should have signed defensive cover in the summer.
Luke,
Going into a season
Luke, I've got to stop you there, mate. I've got to stop you there. You know, this channel is built on the hardest of home-hitting truths, okay? And I'm sorry to say this, but you're drifting off into delusion. This
Wait,
football club.
hear me out.
No. Hold on a second, my son. This football club has been achieving incredible things. And the moment that a couple of players have fallen foul of an injury or two, people are panicking and they're jumping ship. Panicking, thinking that the attacking force is completely depleted because we've lost Salah. I mean, what evidence can you show me that this is all falling apart?
I did not say it's falling apart because if you look at Matip, yeah, he's all right for now. He's going to play tomorrow. Reece Williams or Nat Phillips, both coming in have done a really good job. But when you're coming up against Vardy, there's levels. And Vardy, he's going to be playing on the shoulder of Nat Phillips, Reece Williams all day long, is looking to run in behind. But I will say this, Henderson is a big miss. You see, when he doesn't play against Villa, 7-2. He comes back against Atalanta. You hear him shouting at all these dons. Come short, come fast, go long. It's the leadership and the communication which is really going to need us to ride out this winter period. Because winter is coming.
Winter is coming. What's that? Is that a Game of Thrones reference?
I mean,
listen, right? I hate to break this to you, right? But your club are genuinely on another level, and you got top class players coming at your ass. Right? This is bound to happen when you're playing the same 11 players for 3 years. Now, I'm sorry. There are plenty of options, and yes, it will be a test. But I'm not having this thing where this would be the greatest achievement of the. No, I don't know. I really don't know. Chop, change. Now you're proving yourselves. Tomorrow, let's get a prediction from you, Luke. What do you reckon is going to happen?
Tomorrow, I'm going to say Leicester to score first, but a 2-1 win.
So, 2-1 win. Luke, it's been a pleasure. Absolute fraudulence from you, my friend. A 2-1 win, I'm worried. Yeah. League champions, worried. What? Champions League? Oh, what have you done over the last 3-4 years that hasn't convinced you that Liverpool are actually to be taken seriously despite 1 or 2, 3 or 4? I don't care if it's 6 players go down. What do you think's happening with Sheffield United? Huh? O'Connell, out. Egan, out. Musette, out. This one, out. That one, out. Fleck, out. Fucking hell. Football, COVID, pandemics. Everyone's out. Incredible scenes. Who's next? Who's this fraud? DJ? DJ. He said 2-1 win. I can't believe he said 2-1 win. I'm worried. I'm worried about winning 2-1. I'm worried. Much love to everyone who is in the stream. If you are new around here, please do subscribe to the channel and drop the video a damn like. It is massively appreciated. If you go and retweet my pinned tweet, you know the deal. 5 minutes until we get down to business. Okay. The queue is getting a little bit ridiculous in here. Who is next? Okay, I'm gonna bring you in. I hope you're ready. This is your moment.
Hello?
Albertico, how you doing, mate? You're live and exclusive. Where are you calling from, mate?
What's poppin'? He was from New Jersey over here, over by the East Coast.
What's poppin'? Hey! Jersey. Okay. Talk to me, man.
Not much. How you been? How you doing tonight?
I'm good. I need to know which team you support, though. That is kind of the rule of the game.
Well, I've been supporting Arsenal since I guess 2011, 2010.
Oh dear. I've got to sit back.
Yeah,
My chair.
that's the whole reason why
2011.
I follow. You know.
Okay,
I know.
so
I'm relatively new to the sport, so
2011. Oh, is that when you joined? That's like peak Walcott time, isn't it? Really?
yeah.
Um,
My first kit was actually a Walcott kit. Believe it or not.
Wow, incredible! First kit was a Walcott kit. Incredible.
Yeah.
Do you support an MLS team as well?
I do. Red Bulls.
Okay, so you're keeping it local as
yeah,
well.
absolutely.
Okay, we appreciate that around here. We appreciate that, and there is a connection. There is some history there. Did you ever get to see Thierry Henry play there?
No, I haven't, but I did see Bradley White Phillips play.
Okay. It's a loose connection.
Yeah, it's a loose connection.
We'll take it.
The funny thing is that the first Arsenal game that I watched was the FA Cup match against Leeds, where Thierry Henry scored.
Okay, yes.
In like the final minute, I think it was.
Historic.
Yeah, so that's what got me hooked.
That is an epic day. My God,
Yeah.
that hug. Oh wow.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Oh, the commentary to go with it as well. Beautiful scenes.
Absolutely.
So talk to me, man. What's on your minds tonight? Where are you at with Arsenal right now?
Just frustrated, you know, with the way that Arsenal have been playing, with the sideways passing, the lack of creativity and attack, and it's just frustrating, you know.
It all sounds very Arsenal. Are you not also frustrated with the way that New York Red Bulls just got pasted all over my television screen?
Oh yeah, nah. It's just it's one of those seasons, you know.
Arsenal are the apple of my eye, the bane of my life. It really is a non-stop process that we're going to have to trust, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, tomorrow afternoon is against a side who I think we should be expecting to beat, but as a result,
we've said that a lot this season.
Yes, that's what really worries me. As soon as I start thinking like that, it's a problem. And I really do have a lot of respect for Bielsa. I think.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of Hispanics where I live, and even my family is Cuban, but they love Bielsa. They love the Argentines, you know.
Okay, that is understandable. He's doing the side proud. Look, going forward, how do you think you fix Arsenal and make them great again? See what I did there?
I guess, first and foremost, patience. I think we've got a good chip on our shoulder with Arteta. I think as long as we sort out the midfield, because I feel like, and we maybe get a striker to replace Lacazette if Lacazette is to go in the summer or even in the winter transfer window. I think that's a good stepping stone in the right direction, don't you think?
I won't be drawn with no comments as my reply. Yeah, I mean, there's an argument to say that you should have sold both of them, Bamiyang and Lacazette, and you could have rebuilt the whole side. But then I guess that's just a fairy tale, and it would have not gone down very well had we sold Golden Boot winners type thing.
Yeah. I will say, I'm not like the biggest Ozil fan, but I think there's a possibility for him to be put back into the roster during the winter, right?
I guess so. I would suggest. I don't know. I just get the feeling he's played his last game for the club.
Yeah, I know. I figured, but it's better than nothing, don't you think?
This is where we're going forward now. We're going to start separating ourselves as an entity from Mesut Ozil. Unfortunately, the ship has sailed. I think the bed has been made, and Arsenal are meant to, I don't know how much we're meant to believe this, but I hope that there's truth to this, are meant to be chasing other options. And, whether that is an Aouar, whether that is a Slobosly.
Yeah.
It remains to be seen, but yeah, there's going to have to be something done in January, if anything. And you would hope from the tactics and the way that Arsenal approach the games, because there hasn't been much confidence in that. Listen, Albert, much love for getting involved. You're an absolute legend.
Thank you so much for having me on. Appreciate it. Big fan.
Not a problem.
Wish you nothing but the best.
Much love, my guy.
Take care, boss.
Beautiful. Jersey in the building. Hey. Okay. Who's next in this building? We've got so many frauds in this building. I'm looking for a lot of people are crossing their fingers in the chat, hoping for the Hungarian teenage sensation. Look at this boy. Look at this beautiful boy. Have you seen this guy play football? He is a serious talent that the world will have either woken up to very soon or is already awake to. He is probably, in my eyes, going to make the move to the Bundesliga. The transition would be perfect. And also there is this association, of course, with these fraudulent energy drink dons. However, what a player. He is really doing it for Hungary as well. Anyhow, Tom Warwick says, where do you get your jumper from, Fraud? I want it. My jumper is from, it's a collaboration between Lovers FC and Lyle and Scott. If you want more information, you can DM me. I'll send you a link. Aston Villa says, teach us that nifty tennis serve of yours. What? Have you been spying on me? What? I've played tennis once in the last 18 years, so either you've been talking to a little fraudulent smurf I know, or you were spying on me. Which one is it, you massive fraud? Neftali Hernandez says, Naranja Mechanica is an orange machine. Is that the Dutch Hullet era jersey? Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's so good. Yes, mate, it is. It is. That's great. I love that. Tapas needs to release the handbrake. If not, we're in trouble. Can we not do that? Can we not do that? We can't do that. Let the boys ball out. I hear you. I hear you. Scott Bennett says, I'm sure Hugh's jumper was red on the kickoff. No, you were just slightly colourblind or the colouring was off. Thomas Seaver, let me get another one. He says, can I talk live? Let's get Thomas Seaver on. DJ, where is he? Thomas Seaver has been waiting. Thomas Seaver, what's your chat name? It's time for you to expose yourself. Type what you want to talk about here. Hugh is reading. Okay, great. Okay, drop out Matty. You're coming on now. I hope you're ready. This is your moment. How you doing, mate?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Matt. How you doing? How you doing?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Fantastic. It sounds like you're from Ireland.
Yeah, from the north.
Oh, beautiful. Whereabouts?
Well, I'm from Bangor. It's like just outside of Belfast.
Okay, you're saying Bangor like I didn't know where it was. Come on,
Okay.
man. Okay, listen. Talk to me. You're a Manchester City fan.
Yeah, for about, I suppose most of my family's Arsenal, to be fair. And like Thierry Henry was sort of my favourite player growing up, and City was pretty shit. So I got my sort of kick out of watching football from Arsenal. And then Aguero came in and changed that all for us. So now it's looking like it's going
Okay.
downhill.
Right. At which point did you decide that you were ready to support Pep Guardiola? Or no, Manchester City, sorry.
Well, the whole family, most of them support Arsenal. My mum supports Villa, but they always hated United for whatever reason. Just United was always the team to hate. And most of the like people in my school supported United, so I was like, right, I'll do the opposite. Supported City. About 2-3 years later, we got the money, and it worked out, I suppose.
Okay, I mean, that sounds like a fairy tale. So that fairy tale may well be coming to an abrupt end, even though Pep Guardiola has just signed a new contract. Where are you thinking they are right now?
Well, they're in the mud, but I think
They're in the mud.
but Pep's first season, I think it was the first, but Vardy just battered us, and it was before the game even started. You seen the lineup, you knew it was going to happen, and since then it's kept happening. He doesn't make a sub to the 70th minute. It happens every game. It's to the 70th minute. You've seen today, at half time, Bernardo should have been off. He didn't wait to the 70th minute. We're 2-0 down. It's too late then. He brings Foden on, who should be starting more games than he is. I get he's young, but it doesn't make a difference. He's got positive energy. People keep using, the Rooney card of, if people run out, they're going to turn out like Rooney. Messi's and Ronaldo still top of their game. There's piles of players to play on till older ages nowadays, especially with science and everything like that. So it's like, play Foden. You don't need to play Bernardo on the wings. He's not good on the wings. You need to play him through the middle. And then De Bruyne, you've seen it today. He goes from our box to their box, and that's it. He does everything. Everything goes through him. He's like the quarterback in our team, but he can't keep doing everything. He gets to the end. He then's like exhausted, so he either just shoots and he like messes up the shot, or he'll hit a passing, and then the pass won't be as good because he's just ran the whole length of the pitch.
Okay, so Pep Guardiola right now, at this very moment in time, seems to be under a little bit of pressure, especially from fans, I think, who are slightly bemused as to what's going on. You seem to be...
I don't like Pep as much as I feel like all the City fans maybe do. I was very I didn't like Pellegrini too much, but I appreciated what he could do. But he was very tactically, he wasn't the greatest. But Mancini's probably one of my favourite managers of all time. But I think if I look at it from a neutral perspective, Pep's probably better for the league. He's probably better for entertainment value. But I think probably everything that's happened this year for him as well has probably changed it. But it's every game, it's the same mistakes. It's so obvious. Like that Lyon game before it started. You knew what was going to happen, and it happened. Today, you knew what was going to happen.
Okay, look, I'm looking at what happened today. I'm thinking about the game, right? You've had 22 shots. Tottenham have had 4 shots. 2 of them are on target. Now, as a manager, I often look at this, right? As a manager, how can he be expected to do more than give orders that are creating that many opportunities and be blamed still for what is happening consistently, which is they're making these mad defensive errors?
Well, I feel like if he's the one organising the team, or if he's the one organising the midfield, you watch our midfield, sometimes it literally looks like a FIFA midfield. It will just part, and then they'll be straight on to our defence. And then that's it.
So it looks like a FIFA midfield?
Yeah, sometimes it just parts. It just won't be there. Rodri will just drop off. And then, he does track back, but he's just not Fernandinho. And
Rodri was good today.
He wasn't the
What's
worst.
the thing with Rodri?
But
What is this? What is this thing with Rodri?
I like Rodri. I do like him, but I don't think he sits us. He just looks like Busquets. I feel like he's just going to go to Barcelona in a couple of years, and he'll do well. But I'd rather just, I don't think he was the right fit for us. I think Pep signed him because he was Spanish. You know, we wanted Jorginho the year before. I'm glad we didn't get Jorginho. We wanted Fred then before that, which I'm glad we didn't get Fred. But like, I suppose Rodri's the best.
Who would you be glad? Who would you be glad to get?
I mean, I wanted Tonali from Brescia, was it that he played for before he went to Milan? But ideally, now, I mean, Ndidi, I think everyone wants Ndidi, don't they?
What's Tonali done in football?
He just looks good, though. He just looks good.
Right. Okay. Looks great. Okay. I hear you. I am not going to lie. You're currently on Fraud Watch, my friend, because unfortunately you are living in cloud cuckoo land. Delusionaldons.com. If only because there is a wonderful player in Rodri in there, and he shouldn't be expected to be in N'Golo Kante, or Fernandinho is probably the one. That's what people seem to be doing. He's not Fernandinho, but he's not Fernandinho. No, he's not Fernandinho, he's Rodri. And he's got a lot good to his game that I thought you saw today.
No, like, he is good, but if you need a Fernandinho replacement, you don't sign Rodri. You'd sign maybe a Party, or you'd sign an Ndidi, or you'd sign, you know, someone with a bit more pace about them, someone with a bit more flexibility about
This
them.
is pace. This is pace. Listen, pace. We're on FIFA too much. Pace is everywhere. It's corrupting the game.
But if
We
you
need to free ourselves of pace and get back to football.
But if you look
What
at
is this?
Rodri today,
Look,
like,
you may as well. Do you rate Theo Walcott then?
Theo Walcott wasn't as bad as people think.
Oh,
but
here we go.
he wasn't as bad as people think. I refuse
No, I hear
to
it.
believe
I
he was
hear
as
you.
bad.
I hear it. I hear it. You're right. You're right. Statistically, especially on the eye, not a chance. You're out of here. Sacked. Drop out, Matty. You've been dropped out. Much love to your mother. Beautiful scenes. Listen, there's massive fraudulence on show tonight. Some of you are. Ooh, I just don't know how people can win at the end of the day. You've got to win non-stop, haven't you? Forever. Otherwise, you're a failure. You're a flop. You're a fraud. I mean, he's on Fraud Watch. Make no mistake. But he's just stubborn, I reckon. Okay. YCCM. Where are you? I don't see you in there. Who's next up here? We've got. Let's go this guy. Skellywog. Scallywag. Yes, mate, this is your moment. You are live. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, right, man.
I'm okay. How you doing, mate?
Aye, fine. How about you?
I'm okay. Where are you calling from, man?
Newcastle.
Oh, I can hear a Geordie accent in there as well.
You're gonna have a bit of a problem understanding us.
No. Word for word. Let's go. So what's on your mind tonight then, man?
Oh, mate. Just Newcastle. We're just so bad.
Oh, dear. I've set him off already. Okay, so where do you start?
Just the tactics, really, mate. Just when you look at West Brom, and even they have a plan to go out and play football with the team that they have. And Newcastle have a better team. Let's be realistic. But
Yep, they do.
we just can't seem to get a result or anything, or put a good performance together.
So what is it you're more interested in, the result or the performance? You got to choose one. What matters most? In all honesty, what matters most to you? Which one do you prefer?
Results, because I want to stay in the Premier League, but like.
Okay, no, hold on, no. I didn't ask for a but. That's all I want. I just want to know which one you prefer. Winning is of paramount importance to your club. It is. I know. I waited a long time to go to St James's Park, and it was something that I dreamed of since I was very, very young. I have to be honest, I got stuck up in the clouds and it kind of ruined the experience for me.
Yeah.
But I totally empathise with people who live, breathe, die, eat, shit, sleep football, and expect more, especially if you've either lived through or been told about a glory period where they were the Manchester City of the league. I hate to say it. It was like the most exciting. They were just all the names and all these. It was unreal. That is what fans are kind of holding on to right now. And to me, the reason that this is going south in terms of everyone's optimism is because the results have taken precedence over anything else. He is more interested at every level, but especially him at the top, dare I say his name.
Yeah, we all know.
In keeping them in the league, that's it. Nothing else matters.
Definitely.
They've done as little as possible.
Definitely, mate.
So this is why I say to people who come at me with what I do get. I understand points win prizes. You need the fucking points. That's it. But at the end of the day, I need something. I need my entertainment. I need the art. I need the reason I fell in love with this fucking club.
Exactly, mate. Newcastle, honestly, if you watched us consistently, you'd have a mental breakdown. It's just
Look, I watched that game.
It's
Even
so
then.
bad. It's so bad.
Even against Chelsea, though, there are a couple of moments.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that Isaac Hayden moment. What's happened there?
I don't know, because I think he's one of our best midfielders. He breaks up the play quite well. He's been injured, and I think it's just been quite a slow start for him. I know he missed the set at the day, but
no, I hear it. Look, I'm a fan. Former Arsenal Donny. I look out for him.
Yeah.
You got to hit the target today, though, man.
Yeah,
wow,
I
you
know.
actually missed it. Wow. Regardless, that doesn't change what we're seeing.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, when I watch Newcastle right now, it's just give the ball to Sam Maximin. That's when I'm watching.
Exactly, mate. That's all it is.
It's very sad to see, though, that it is literally being left down to one player, even when there is acres of space for two guys to run into. It's painful. I can totally relate to that.
Yeah, it's not nice to watch, and I've got to watch it every week, unfortunately.
Well, look, the thing is, he's got a job to do.
Yeah.
And as much as he's not winning many fans right now, I mean, these are not the golden days of Aspria, as Neftali Hernandez says. I got to tell you that this is probably going to get more difficult before it gets easier.
Oh, definitely, mate. Definitely.
However, life, the beautiful cycle of life, right? Ups, downs, round and round we go. They'll be up, they'll be back, and I'm sure in our lifetimes there's a moment of glory for everyone to savour in there somewhere.
I hope so, mate. I really hope so.
Keep on keeping on, mate. Don't give up that good fight.
You as well, mate. Thank you.
All right, mate. Take care, okay?
See you later.
It's doom and gloom on Tyneside. And, Bert is saying that he's not the most charismatic. Mate, I don't think people give a shit about charisma right now. They are deep in their feelings, seeing their club put in woeful performance after woeful performance and languishing in they're probably not going to get out of that situation right now with the way that things are looking. So, even with Arsenal, there is a little bit of hope there. There is a little bit of hope there that they can turn it around. I'm not that convinced that Newcastle are turning this around that soon. However, you just never know. Well, who else have we got? We got T.E. White, 1911. Much love to your mother for getting involved. I appreciate you. Okay, we are here to pick up the next caller, who is Senior Doggo. Senior Doggo, I hear you're a big Chelsea fan.
Yeah, big fan.
Where are you calling from tonight, mate?
I'm actually Ukrainian, but I'm in Norway.
Oh, wow, incredible. the global gang.
Oh, absolutely. I grew up in London, actually.
I appreciate you. Okay, so talk to me, women. Which team you support? Chelsea.
Chelsea.
And is your affiliation an historic one? Is this an old term affiliation?
I've been watching football consistently since 2015, and that's around when I started supporting Chelsea.
Okay, fantastic. Right, what have you called in for tonight? What do you want to talk about?
Thinking about the upcoming Chelsea fixtures and especially the Spurs game, I think.
Okay, some big games. That is, people are calling that a title decider. I don't really feel comfortable with saying that.
That's way too early, but Mourinho is making big moves with Spurs so far.
And as a Chelsea fan, does that have you worried?
It does, considering the fact we have Tottenham and then Leeds. And Mourinho, he knows Chelsea, and he's way more experienced than Lampard, so I think they could really shatter us. And right now we're on a good sort of flow of form. And I don't think that our players are mentally prepared to take on that challenge.
Wow. Okay, so you're writing your own players off and saying that you have more faith that Jose Mourinho will get the job done at Spurs.
I'm not writing them off, but I think we have a lot of frauds.
You have a lot of frauds. There's a lot of frauds in life, mate. They're everywhere, blagging their way through business. It's fucking unbelievable. Oh, sometimes I see football players. Actually, it's not just football players. People from all walks of life. I got to tell you, we are all actually blagging our way through life. But some have fallen into the most incredible situations. Frank Lampard is a manager who has been entrusted with a huge role, and he's probably been given, some allowances and fast-tracked, if we're honest, because of who he is. How do you feel that he's done so far?
There's a lot of Chelsea fans that I'm on quite a lot of discords regarding Chelsea, and the Lampard out movement is quite strong right now.
What?
But
Lampard out?
Yeah, they say Lampard out.
Why? What's he done?
Sometimes it's ironic when there's he picks Rudiger, so Thiago Silva can rest, or when he doesn't pick Tomori. And then other times, the fact that Pochettino is an option right now, and we are still sticking to Lampard, a lot of Chelsea fans aren't happy with that.
Okay, I see. How do you feel about the team today, the lineup?
I was actually satisfied with it because we had the international fixtures, and players like Havertz and Thiago Silva definitely needed to rest. And I think the team was good enough to beat Newcastle, and we did end up beating them. However, it wasn't as convincing as it could have been. For example, Werner missed a lot of chances.
Do you ever think that these days, I don't know what it is, I don't know how this has happened, but we genuinely, as fans, seem to expect a 4-0 smashing victory by half-time. Otherwise, we are truly not satisfied. I get it, right? But Newcastle were not going to win, not going to get anything from this game. And the balance in the side looks good. It's another clean sheet away from home against a side who you've, in recent history, struggled against. And they are, gelling pretty quickly. I don't understand how you're not backing Lampard. I thought Chelsea fans were just...
I'm backing Lampard. The other people aren't.
Oh, I see. You're calling out frauds who are in the Discord.
Absolutely.
Okay. I see. Right. Okay. So you're on board then?
Of course. Lampard's a legend. He has to stay.
Okay. Because, I would love to sit here in front of you and criticize and pick holes and whatnot. But as someone who's learning on the job, I think he's been given some massive help, but he's not doing anything wrong, really. I mean, there have been, I guess, moments, but this is going to be like a process, isn't it? You're not going to be able to just smash all those, 8 new signings together.
Of course, yeah, and people often refer to a sort of 3-year plan. You may have heard of it before. He said they say that the first season when he joined in, that was sort of rebuilding and getting the team settled after the questionable season with Sarri and the bad season with Conte. The second season was actually creating a stronger team, and the third season is where we were meant to challenge for the title. And right now, a lot of people want us to challenge for the title in this season, including me, considering Liverpool are weakened and City are in some sort of weird state. But if we aren't taking our chances against teams like Newcastle and winning with a big lead early on when we have many chances, then we're not winning that title this season at all.
Okay, this is interesting. I'm fascinated by this this theory. It is, but what happened to like grinding out a 1-0? Is that not? Is that just a fraud? Is that massively fraudulent now?
We were happy without a season ago, but not now. We want more.
Look, and Chelsea are going to score a ton of goals. I don't know why people are panicking. This is look. Okay, you've added Ben Chilwell, right? You've added the most. I mean, he's the best English left back that you could have got, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who else? You got Thiago Silva, one of the most highly decorated centre backs in the history of football.
We got him for free.
You got him for free. You got Rudiger, who is being massively disrespected by a lot of people that I'm seeing talking online, who is fast, strong, German international, decent passing, and certainly played his part today. You have got one of the most electrifying right backs in the league in Reece James. N'Golo Kante has, I mean, he's been actually, there was a little period I thought where he was a little bit massively questionable, but I think he was being deployed in a different role. He looks absolutely top class again right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's really down to the position because Kante, he's not a fantastic creator, but he's top 2 DMs for me in the world.
I think he's an underrated footballer as well, you know. There is an incredible amount of attacking prowess to that side. The talent on offer that can just pull off these moments of individual brilliance is just, there are too many to name. There is no way that Chelsea will not be there or thereabouts. I don't understand anything but gas right now from Chelsea fans. So far, so good. Of all of the managers, in fact, who've been given this mystical opportunity for whatever reason, he's by far coming off the best. Would you not agree?
Yeah, there's both fear and excitement. I mean, some people are saying we're doing better than expected. Some people are saying we should be, as I said, we should be trying to reach for the title right now. And you want that as a fan of the club you support. But maybe we should sort of let Lampard do his thing, calm down a bit, and not try to rock the boat.
Yeah, no boat rocking. Yeah, no boat rocking. Yeah, no home wrecking, no boat wrecking. Right, you've been a massive fraud. You're now being ejected. You're on fraud watch. Much love for joining in.
Thank you for having me.
No worries, mate. No worries. I hope you'll come on again some other time. Okay, right. Let's get on to the next guy. Who is next in the building? There are plenty of opinions out there. Everyone has them. This is what you have to learn to love about football. People see it in different ways, don't they? I mean, it's life.
I'm so happy, believe me. I'm so happy. Happy New Year.
Okay, who we got next? We have got, who's this massive fraud that wants to talk about this incredibly fraudulent club? Let's get an Arsenal fan on, shall we? There we go. Right. You have been chosen. It is your moment. Ross, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's up? It's Ross here, just from Northern Ireland, like the fella a couple of times ago there.
Oh, okay. You sure it's not the same guy?
Not the same guy, no. I'm an Arsenal fan through and through over here.
Okay, talk to me then. Where exactly are you calling from?
Just Belfast here. Kind of near that guy as well there, but in this big smoke.
Okay, and talk to me then. Arsenal, how are you feeling right now?
Arsenal, it's a bit ropey, a bit scary, but you have to kind of let it you have to let him get this new formation through. Whether he's waiting for the international break, you don't quite know because we bought Party, but we're still sitting with two DMs. You know, you buy this world class DM, and you don't trust him to sit alone in front of a back four. And we're still playing this back five with this big concave shape to try protect it with two enforcers in the middle, like with El Neni and Party. But we're not. There's no line breaking pass, as the guy said previously. There, you've got your side to side. Guendouzi was one for side to side. Jacques is side to side. But from this Party signing, all we're really seeing is a straight swap for Xhaka, and it's not really done much more for the two games it's been in. I'm really hoping the formation change comes because then that lets us actually have the attacking options to maybe have someone to sit in that gap where you can make the line breaking passes that we need for Aubameyang if he was playing on that left wing or whoever is filling that spot, whether it's Saka or Willian at number 10 if we want to give him that opportunity to play that sort of central role because he's lost the pace a bit. You don't quite know what he's looking to do here, but we need to get this new formation out because back five isn't going to be sustainable long term if you've just got like a spare DM.
Okay, right. This is the thing. Unfortunately, much in the same way as when Arsenal signed Mesut Ozil, I think people just didn't have a clue what they bought and were expecting maybe a Kevin De Bruyne. Thomas Partey is not a DM.
I have witnessed he has played in the double pivot at Atletico quite a lot, and I did see that quite a lot.
With someone else.
Yeah.
There has got to be help. This is not, to me, it's not as simple as just plonking him and letting him sit. And I do understand why people kind of think that, but I would suggest that he is actually a better footballer than that gives him credit for. And he is given a lot more responsibility, especially for his country, playing a lot further forward. The fact that he is aggressive in the challenge, that he is good at winning the ball back, is just part of the game. Now, on the flip side, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm happy with what has been so far from Arteta this season. What do you think, though, specifically, that you would do differently to get what you want out of this side?
Well, with the stats sort of are looking okay defensively. Of course, the results haven't panned out, but the underlying stats were saying before last week sort of happened, we were looking really good. Of course, you know, from a outward standpoint, you're like, what on earth's going on at Arsenal? But the sort of were making sense. Gabriel has really picked it up. But then you're looking at our forward numbers, like what is Aubameyang's shots? What was he doing? You know, what was he actually doing in that game, or what service was he giving more? Not necessarily him playing bad, but what was he doing in the Villa game? He didn't get a shot off on target, barely even a shot off, I believe. And is that really good enough for probably you know top 5 strikers on the planet? Can you really be giving him that sort of service and then sort of expect him to sort of carry your club like he did last year? So whether it's getting him central and then playing like a Pepe out right, a Saka out left, and then you know Lacazette, you know rotating with Aubameyang, you know getting them subbed in, or whether it's Europa League plus cup games and then smaller Premier League games. I'm not too sure. I'm not fully settled on whether I want Aubameyang 100% central. I believe the left can work, but as I said in the previous sort of point about the formation, we need that sort of line breaking pass to make that work. Because near the start of the season with the friendlies and the Community Shield, playing in the back left corner, then having Tierney chip that ball over the top, got us 2 or 3 goals right away with Aubameyang, and it really worked. But I haven't seen that once again. Aubameyang on the shoulder, Tierney pass it back to him, chips it over the top. It hasn't happened since, but it really worked, and that happened against Liverpool and City, I believe it was those two goals, and they're very similar goals, but we haven't seen any of that sort of dink over the top to let the pace do the talking.
Right. Well, unfortunately, Arsenal are going to cause you and all your loved ones incredible amounts of stress for the rest of your life. And tomorrow, they are bound to create moments of fraudulence, especially if they are to set up as they have been. I don't know how I feel about Aubameyang on the left or up front, if I'm honest. I used to think that up front was the only way. I do kind of understand the idea, if we are going to play the way we play, for him to be on the left. But the thing is, in doing that, we are kind of having to, or either doing it because we are, shoehorning Lacazette in, or losing out on the star player in the club for me right now. And that is Saka, who should be, in my eyes,
he's a gem, isn't he?
Playing like every minute and starting on the left, especially.
He looks dangerous.
So,
He looks dangerous. He's getting the crosses right across the face of goal, and he's running right to the touchline, making it difficult. Like Villa did it to us. They kind of played with us at the touchline, and then made something happen for that first goal. They shot it across the face of goal, own goal. Like Saka gets into that position to make it dangerous. We don't look dangerous. Arsenal of old, you're like, oh my goodness, they're just going to tiki-taka, Wenger ball, and they're going to make us look stupid. Right now, you're like, Arsenal just sit back, and then what? Arsenal sit back, and that's about it. You were scared of the Aubameyang pace, but we're not utilising it. Lacazette, I don't know if he's a proper centre forward these days, because every defender in the Prem seems to be 6'3" and massive. Lacazette is half the height of them, and his hold-up play is good if it comes to his feet, but it's not coming to his feet too often. He's had a couple of games where you actually really did see the hold-up play, but consistency with him is shocking, never mind his finishing. So it's really hard to back him right now and say, you're on the team sheet right away. That's why we need to sort of...
It's very sad, I watched Lacazette for a period of about 2 seasons where I thought he was one of the best strikers in Europe, quite genuinely one of the best strikers in Europe. And unfortunately, we got there 4 or 5 years too late, lad. And he is right now fighting with, everything he's got, I reckon, to just stay afloat at the club. And I'm not I wouldn't be surprised. It is total hearsay. It's alleged. It's just nonsense, really. But I wouldn't be surprised if Aubameyang's deal has had an impact on his form, and if Lacazette himself has kind of been part of Aubameyang's deal. They are inseparable. It might be ludicrous to suggest that, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a friend ride out for another one, because I don't understand how Lacazette can have maintained that position. It's not so much him not being in the team. I reckon he could be played just behind the striker. I just don't see him as the size he is and the strength that he seems to have.
Dominating defences. He's not doing it.
Exactly. Listen, I'm going to love you and leave you.
100%.
Thank you so much for calling in, Ross. You've been an absolute legend.
And yourself.
You are on Fraud Watch. A lot of people on Fraud Watch tonight. Who's next? Okay. We have got True Red, who wants to properly rep United. True Red. Let's see if I can get you in here. Where are you, my son? My son. My son. My son. True Red, welcome to the show. What's your name and where you're calling from? There is no one there. True Red, this is not you backing your boy. This is you going on mute. Come on, bro. True Red, how you doing, mates? Yep. True Red.
Mate, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear. Well, not so clear, but loud. How you doing, mate? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Germany, Stuttgart.
Oh, incredible scenes of glorious Germanic emotion. How are you, mate? How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Well, I'm a Manchester United fan, like I said.
Oh, fantastic. And does that stem from which Dutchman does that stem from, the connection?
That stems from the love of good, beautiful football that we Germans tend to have.
German.
Fluid.
Okay.
Flowing football that is very effective and one would say we haven't seen much of that in the past 7 years, but massive United fan. Yeah, massive United
Okay.
fan.
What kind of period you say? 7 years ago, you fell in love with the club.
No. I fell in love with the club, Eric Cantona.
Okay, right. Okay,
That's,
old
that's
school
my
Donny
era.
then.
That's my era.
Okay. Okay, then talk to me about what you're seeing now, because obviously you've seen the rise and the fall.
I've seen the rise, and I've seen, well, you want to call it the fall. You'd love to call it the fall as an Arsenal fan, don't you?
Let me live. I'm enjoying it. We watched a lot of domination.
Well, we're in the same boat, and it's kind of nice to have an old foe who understands. But yeah, what it is right now is I'll just get off the bat because I don't want to waste your time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, after Mourinho, because I personally didn't want us to sack Mourinho, and everything has unraveled as to why. And obviously, people say his football was this, that, and the other, which I agreed with them. But at the time, it's just a backstory to how I'll bring my point home. Mourinho came second, and the board gave him Fred, Lee Grant, and if I'm not wrong, Diogo Dalot, who was injured at the time from Porto. And Mourinho had been our best manager since David Moyes, or since Alex, basically. And they said at the time, the board has shot their hand. They want to get into the Champions League because we came second, if you remember, but we're like 20 points off City. The board have shot their hand. They just want to make Champions League football, and whatever comes next is cherry on top because they make their 100 mil, whether you win the league or you don't. You know, you make your money. Yep. And the same thing is happening with Oli. Now, what really angers me is this, Hugh. During the summer, every United fan was like Bloods and the Crips joining hands and agreeing, and whether you're Oli out or Oli in, that the major problem here is the board, and that the board have left Oli out to dry. I didn't necessarily think that was the case, but majority of fans agreed on that. And as soon as the ball was kicked, all that was thrown to the window, Oli is tacticless and is clueless. I want to say right now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the best manager after Mourinho that Man United have had. We can do it using facts, or we can do it using the eye test. Either ways, I can always do that. But what I see is a lot of overreaction. And, you know, under Sir Alex, we won games like this, 1-0 against, for Christ's sake, our last game against West Brom, we drew 5-5.
Hold on, sorry. Okay. Listen, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I'm just going to repeat, right? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the best manager at Manchester United since Jose Mourinho.
Post Alex Ferguson, since Jose Mourinho, yes. So we've had about 4, if you want to count Ryan Giggs as a manager, we've had 5. Ole is the second best manager we've had in terms of results, in terms of where the club is going, in terms of the kind of football we play, all those things brought together.
Wait,
and I'm comfortable.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. You're happy then with what you're seeing?
I'm not. Well, this season so far, it's a mixed bag. I'm not going to sit here and say it's been terrible like some United fans have made it seem. We came into the season, just like many big teams, after playing a lot of European games. We made the semi-final of the Europa League. We made the semi-final of the FA Cup. So our season pretty much ended, I think, late July. And we had one preseason game against Crystal Palace. And not against Crystal Palace, sorry. We had one preseason game, I think it was against West Ham or Villa. I don't remember. Just a quick preseason game, just one though. And immediately we played Crystal Palace. We had 5 preseason games by then. Now, you should know this, Hugh. Match fitness, mentally, physically is a big thing. And there's a reason why. There's a reason why preseason games are valuable and they're played out in those numbers, 4 or 5 games. There's a major reason as to that because the coaches can plan something new, blah, blah, blah. I won't get into that. So you notice that with a lot of big teams, beginning of the season, there were some crazy scores that we witnessed. Man City also made, I think, the semi-final of the Champions League or the quarterfinal. Quarterfinal, of course, they didn't make the semi-final. Sorry, but they couldn't hold it on against Leicester. You saw it with Bayern Munich. You saw it with Barcelona. You saw it with Juventus. You saw it with Real Madrid. The teams that really played through the season to the end and had not so much preseason, they generally didn't start off the leagues well. It's crazy that every team has lost the league game right now. It's actually weird. So I'm not really over the top
Invincibles,
angry
it's not
about
for
it.
everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not over the top angry. You do seem very, very positive.
I am, Hugh.
I
I am, bro.
I've got to say, it's very refreshing, man. Are you this positive in life in general?
Not in 2020, no, but yeah, in general, I would love to be positive. But 2020 has been up and down in terms of everything that we're going through. We can't ignore that. I mean, even when you watch football, you can see that we're going through a pandemic because there are no fans, which is ridiculous to see. But yeah, in general, I'm a positive guy, and I'm not a blind guy. I can tell, okay, Ollie, you can do better here, you can do better there. But if you look at the facts of the matter, is we've played games after Tottenham, the 7-2 drill, 7-1 drilling. People said Ollie would be lucky to get out of that run of games. What happened? Ollie came out of a run of 7 games with 4 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. If you had told me that after the Spurs game, I would have snatched your hand. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, no, look, I can see where you're coming from, but I think it's deserving of slightly more context. And this is something that I have had even tonight, previous callers on, explaining their kind of fears for the future under the current ownership. How do you feel about I guess, the general direction that the club are heading in? And do you think that there is actually a squad there good enough to challenge with the right coach? Maybe it's that coach Ollie.
Squad will never be able to challenge without, because we keep saying, do we have the right coach? Do we have the right board? Which we know we don't have the right. It has got to a point where we probably don't have the right fans. Our fans, rightfully so, our fans have been.
Oh, this is crazy. Hold on a second. Are you in like some kind of vortex? You're in. You're skipping in between the space-time continuum here, mate. Okay, can you repeat that for me again?
Sorry, I was saying. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, I was saying you could blame the board, you could blame the manager, the players, but there's someone that I would love to blame publicly. Beautiful show, and that's the Man United. We keep blaming everyone, and if you look within the United fan base, you know the United fan base. It has never looked this disjointed in my life. It's ridiculous. We can't support our football team for one full 90 minutes because everyone has a different lineup on Twitter that they would like to pull up. And if Ollie doesn't do that, some guy is going to be complaining and getting 1,000 likes, I guarantee you. So at this point, it's all disjointed. And that's because of the football. I get it. But like I said, we've had games like this under Sir Alex. Just last week, someone was saying we only beat PSG and Leipzig convincingly. I thought we beat Everton very well convincingly. I thought we beat Newcastle convincingly. But we've had some convincing losses against you. I thought Arteta came there with you could see Arteta came there with the plan, and he knew exactly how it was going to work out. It's almost as if he had lived the day and went back to the past and then came back and played the game. The way Arteta set up against us, brilliant, I get it. But we have no right to win against Arsenal, if you get what I mean. We had to end the right. So that day we didn't end the right, fair and fine. Chelsea, we didn't lose, it was a draw. So for me, I don't see these results that people are talking about that must have Ollie on the block. It's absolute nonsense, I'm sorry to say. Now, can you say the football can improve? Of course the football can improve. But look at us where we are on the table with 7 points off top with the game in hand. That does it deserve this much pressure? I very much.
I mean, well, the pressure is coming though, because, in all fairness, because of the size of Manchester United as a club, the expectations of the fans, the money that's been invested. It goes on. The players that you got on the pitch even should be capable of doing slightly more than they have been for a while.
But you say that. Sorry.
No, you go.
No, you say that, yeah. But if you ask United fans right now, they'll tell you, "Oh, Pogba is overrated. Martial is crap." By the way, he's the Anthony Martial. Let me not get started with him because he's the one of the 2 or 3 players that's keeping that United squad ticking. I don't care what anyone says. Forget how many goals he scores. watch the game. And today he had a horrible game, by the way, 3 out of 10. But forget today and watch the previous games he has played in. Even when he doesn't score, he's the glue that knits it together for our front line. So people who were bigging up Firmino, the only reason Martial's not being picked up is because United is not challenging for the league. If he was playing the same way and we're challenging for the league, people wouldn't be worried about him not scoring goals. And
okay,
it
I
really
hear it.
hinders me. But we do
I
have
hear-
players there that people say are not good, and then at the same time they say, oh no, Oli should be doing better. People need to decide, is it the players? I'm sorry to take over your show, by the way. It's just
No,
it's
you
annoying
know,
me
you've
for
kind
me.
of thrown me slightly because I am so shocked with the positivity. And look, I do respect the way you are backing your own. I would, however, say today, mate, you are definitely going on Fraud Watch, and you're going to have to come on in the future and
Thanks, I
prove
appreciate it, bro.
that you are right, because
I will.
it is something that is going to change over time, I'm sure. Much love for getting involved. I appreciate you.
Take care, man. I'll have a coffee with me, man. Appreciate it.
Much love. Okay, fantastic to hear from a Manchester United fan who believes fully in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the direction of the club. Yes, the football could be better, he says, but there's not that much to be moaning about. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, and drop the video a damn like if you're enjoying this late night fraudulencia. My dons, I gotta be honest, it's a hashtag fraud watch for a couple of you. DJ, would you most kindly eject the True Red from the chat? I'm ready for the next massive fraud. Who are we going for? We are going for... Oh. Hello. Right. Bob?
What you saying, my guy?
How you doing, mate?
How you doing, my guy?
We've got a
very
famous
long time.
Arsenal fan on the show. Incredible.
Yo, man. Wait, can you hear me, yeah?
I can hear you loud and clear. Talk to me, man.
Perfect,
Where are you calling from tonight?
Bro, you know, it's from London, innit? West London.
London.
Come on.
Okay, London in the building. Arsenal fan in the building. Talk to me. There's a lot of Arsenal fans panicking tonight. They're calling for Mikel Arteta's head. What's going on?
Nah, listen, you know what, yeah? I hear what you're saying there, right? And I hear what the fans across social media are saying. They're panicking. Let's get it straight. Mikel Arteta has come into Arsenal. It's been 11 months. 11 months. Not a year, not 2 years, 11 months. Right? And 3 of those months was in lockdown. So basically 7 months. Okay? Or was it 8 months? Something like that. Right? And so what I'm trying to say is what he's come into is a team that was already struggling, mid-table in the first place, players underperforming, Aubameyang and Pepe, etc., etc. And now he's got players here that don't suit the system. You know, I saw Tottenham play today. And they, you know, fair play to them. They had a good little result.
Sorry,
blah, blah, blah.
sorry. Hold on a second. Hold on. What is the system?
What I'm trying to say is, right, their system is quite simple.
Just no. I don't know. I just want to know what the system is. Please,
The system,
please
no,
entertain me.
sit back, counter-attack, right? Sit back and counter-attack. Now, the difference with Arsenal's is, right, we have a similar tactic in the big games. But the issue with Arsenal is we have, as you would say, frauds up front in Alexander Lacazette, right? Well, he got to take his chances. You see Song's goal today. That is not taken by Lacazette. That's not even taken by Aubameyang right now, right? Because they're not clinical. We do not have clinical forwards. There's no chemistry going forwards.
Hold on a second. This is massive fraudulence. Listen, mate, you're an Arsenal fan. You come and call in on a show praising Tottenham players.
No, I'm not praising Tottenham players. What I'm saying is
Son could do this.
No, my brother, listen, trust me.
Do that.
Trust me when I say I do not like Tottenham. You know how it is, bro. But what I'm trying to say right now is I'm calling out the Arsenal players and the lack of chemistry going forwards. Now, let's not lie to ourselves. We've got the most expensive attack in the league. Pepe, Laka, Oba, blah, 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 right? But the matter of fact
you can't even do that. You can't even do that.
Why is that? Why is that? Why can't I do that?
Pepe doesn't play football for the club.
No, but what I'm saying
we've got the most
is...
expensive. Yeah, half of it doesn't play.
No, I hear that.
I
I fully agree with that. But what I'm trying to say is even Willian, I understand, you know, my man here, he's a bit dodgy, right? But still, he's good enough to be scoring against fucking Aston Villa, right? But the matter of fact is, there is no chemistry going forwards. There's no fluency. There's no urgency whatsoever. It's very passive right now.
No,
And
I
it
hear
goes
you.
back to Mikel. You know, obviously, I understand some criticism. I don't mind people saying, look, your lineup's wrong here, blah, blah, blah. But what I hate is certain men that thrive in this toxic nature. They love this. They want this, you know, and they want to see fans turn on the manager. As I said, 11 months in the job. As I said, there's a few little things that he needs to fix up. Formation-wise, he might need to go to a 4-2-3-1 because right now
Are you calling out fans? Is that what you're saying?
I'm calling out the fans. Some fans. No, let's not generalize them. Some fans that are
Let's not generalize them.
You know, because there's some fans.
Are we naming and shaming?
No, we're not naming and shaming because there's no time for that, right? but no, listen. I've been an Arsenal fan for a long time. I've spoken to you many times before as well. Emery, Arsene, you know, all them, man. But no matter.
Listen, let me tell you about Unai. Unai, yeah. Unai is doing bits in La Liga.
No, but that's what I'm saying, though, right?
Is
when Emery was
tearing
here,
up Real Madrid.
When Emery was here,
I want you to see this. I want you to see this. Yeah. Let's go to this. La Liga football. Yeah. La Liga football. Villarreal. Yeah. Okay, we're going to have a look at the statistics. Villarreal against Real Madrid statistics. 13 attempts. Yeah?
Yeah. I hear that. No, I hear that.
Real Madrid have had 6.
Listen, I fully
Is Unai Emery actually... Oh, wow. Hold on.
But I don't want that, man. This is the thing, look, listen. I keep seeing these comparisons on social media. Oh, but look, Mikel had this many wins and so did Unai have this. I think what fans are forgetting here is Emery left Arsenal in a bit of a state. A low-key, a bit of a state, right? And that was mid-table. The attack was, you know, as I said, underperforming. And defensively, we're all over the place. I went to the game against Southampton. We drew 2-2. Last-minute equaliser and quite a few games. I was at his last game as well. What was it? Frankfurt, right? Awful football.
Yes.
Mikel is not going to be able to change that and play prime Arsene Wenger football in the space of 11 months. That's what I'm trying to say.
So how long do you need? How long do you need?
I would say, listen, most managers that are proven, experienced managers that have won trophies need 3 windows at least, if you get me. So Mikel Arteta, who is, if we're being honest, learning on the job, right? I think for me, if you're going to judge him and make any harsh judgments, at least keep it to the end of the season. So
the end of the season.
I'm not saying end of the season comes.
What's the end of the season target then? You want top 4? Is that good?
If we've been real, of course it's a target, but can we get that? No, we're not going to get top 4. It's the Europa League. It's the best outlet.
Sorry, what? Hold on. Sorry, what?
We're not going to get top 4. I don't think. Listen, I'm a very positive Arsenal fan.
You're a very positive Arsenal fan. 8 games into the season, confined to no top 4.
When I say it, trust me when I say it, right? I'm a very positive. If there's few of my subscribers in the chat, they know what I mean. I'm a very positive guy. But right now, if you look at the rest of the team, let's be honest with ourselves for a second. Whose squad is better than ours? Chelsea spent more money, fair enough, right? City, Liverpool, understandable. United, again, people keep saying underinvestment. They spent a lot of money. They've got the most expensive defense, or one of the most expensive defense in the league, right? Arsenal squad right now, disjointed going forwards, unless we have a madness in January. I'm talking Hussein. I'm talking, you know, Soboslai. Soboslai. There you go.
Just get this boy in. Yeah?
That is the only time.
Get him in the club.
I can compete for top 4. And I kind of feel like, right? We missed out an opportunity. If we were on job in the summer and had signed both Hussein and Thomas Partey, right? It was beautiful. But the matter of fact, we didn't. We missed out on the creativity. We missed out not just creativity, but a link going forwards. You know, it's not just as basically as just put a basic creative midfielder will work out best. You look at Aston Villa, Grealish and Barkley, they work together as a unit.
I'm looking at Aston Villa getting duppied.
I hear that. Games. But listen, I watched them duppy Arsenal at the Emirates as well. So it was painful. But I saw, listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm an Arsenal fan saying this. So listen, I'm trying to hold bias today, right? But going forward,
look, yeah.
I think what we lack, right? Obviously, we have Mesut Ozil, and that, you know, situation is what it is, right? But we had.
What do you mean it is what it is? What is your feeling on the Ozil situation?
The matter of fact is, no matter how much we want him back in the team, it's not going to happen. There's things behind the scenes that we know what's going on. You know, every time Arteta goes, it's my responsibility. It isn't. We know there's higher ups in the club that are holding.
So you think Arteta's dealt with that well? Do you?
No, he hasn't. And I have to say, Mikel Arteta, as much as I rate him as a coach and some in-game decisions and blah, you know, I just think sometimes his man management has been poor. I look at Nicolas Pepe. You know, this is a seven.
What are the reasons that you believe that Mesut Ozil is actually not playing football for Arsenal right now? Are they footballing reasons?
No, I don't think so. I honestly believe, you cannot tell me Mesut Ozil is not good enough. Mesut Ozil, World Cup winner, is not good enough to be in this Arsenal squad. This current Arsenal squad. There isn't no prime Santi or Wilshere or Ramsey or Patrick, whatever. Mesut Ozil is good enough to be in this current Arsenal team, let alone squad, right? So I think there's clearly things, obviously the whole thing of calling out China. I actually watched an interview the other day of Vinay, yeah, and this is prior to Mesut, talking what he did about the whole, situation there, and this was back in October last year. And Vinay, in that interview, you can search his name, he'll be there. On I think it was an Asian network, he was saying how important the Chinese market is to Arsenal and revenue wise. So when Mesut Ozil goes and says what he says, he might be right in what he says, by the way. What happens there is no Arsenal games televised in China. Arsenal shirts are not being sold there. Arsenal losing out on money. Now Arsenal can't go and drop him straight away because it's very bait if they do.
Arsenal don't like losing money.
Exactly.
Oh, Arsenal PLC.
Yeah, exactly. And so what happens then is obviously the whole COVID comes up. There's a break there. Is an excuse for Arsenal. Then the whole stories come out about how obviously the Ozil refused to take a pay cut. But I just think it was an excuse for Arsenal to get him out in the first place. And funny enough, the only game that Mesut Ozil has played for Arsenal since lockdown was a game that was not televised up against Aston Villa. Any Arsenal game that is televised, he hasn't played. Is there a coincidence? Let's not lie to her. Is there a coincidence there? No, I don't think so, man.
Allegedly, for legal reasons, we will just keep it clean.
Exactly.
I would say this much. Arsenal do clearly need a creative source and someone who is capable of, I guess, picking that final pass in the final third. Maybe that will be the key to Mikel Arteta playing in a different style. I'm not totally convinced, though, that it will. If anything, what we're doing right now is actually causing me a little bit more misery than this Ozil situation. Because I'm witnessing one of the world's most elite strikers withering away on a brand spanking new contract. I'm watching a Brazilian of 32, 33, whatever he is, flying around the world, picking up all kinds of things and bringing them back to train with the boys. I'm slightly confused about the choices that Arteta is making in terms of the positions that he's playing people in.
It's mad.
I'm sorry that it is coming to this so early, but I am being told by positive fans this is a process. This is going to take time. And like you say, 3 windows minimum. Is that what you're saying? 3 windows minimum?
Windows being, for me, summer transfer window. So that becomes 3 years for me. I would honestly, this is a bold decision for me, and it's just my opinion.
Mate, we have not got 3 years to wait to get back in the Champions League. The Champions League won't exist in 3 years.
Listen, I fully hear that, my guy. But, okay, cool. What are your thoughts on Mikel? Like, be honest with me now. What are your thoughts on Mikel? Do you think he's the guy that can get Arsenal back to, the top?
My thoughts are already available on the hughwizzy YouTube channel if you want
Make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. There you go, man. We know how it is on YouTube, man. Smash the like button. Don't forget that as well, man. Turn on the post notifications.
Listen, bruv, I'm going to love you and leave you. It's been
no
a
worries,
pleasure
my guy, man. Keep up your great work, by the way, man. It's very entertaining watching you, man. And
likewise,
it's
bro.
wise, man.
You
come
back on soon.
Man. Yeah, man. Big up the chat as well, man. My guys, man. In a bit, man. Take care.
In the building. One of the most active on YouTube / social media. He goes in. Who is next? Hugh, choose me. He says, "You have been chosen. Please say your piece. How you doing? Where you calling from?" Hello. Is there anybody there? There you go. Yep, you're on, but you're listening to the show.
Right.
Hello, mate.
I can hear you.
Hey.
I just want to talk about how you think.
Hold on. Sorry, what's your name?
Oh yeah, Joe. From
Joe?
Barlow from Lincoln.
Joe Barlow, incredible.
Yeah, fun.
Are you related to Ken?
Pardon?
No, sorry, it's a bad joke. Okay, right. What do you want to talk to us about, man?
I want to talk about how you think Everton are going to do this season with this new squad, new manager. I say new manager, but he's got actual like he's got his choices in that team now. He's got what he's chosen to be in that team and how he can work with that team to make it a lot better and what he can do in the future for the club.
I take it you're an Everton fan then?
Yes, yeah, obviously, yeah.
Okay, right. Where are you calling from today, mate?
Like Lincoln.
Lincoln. Oh, cool. Okay, we are moving on to Everton talk. We're going to be talking about Ancelotti. What do I think? Basically, it was nice while it lasted, wasn't it? It was a lot of fun. I thought that suddenly we had some real balance to their midfield. Incredible signings for quite cheap. He is, in my eyes anyway, one of the best out. And it was a shame that Arsenal weren't actually slightly more interested in this. I think that he's been sold the dream by Usmanov, or it's probably Moshiri.
Yeah.
And there is a real problem here, though, because whilst everyone has been positive, and look, I like Pickford. I know that I will get slaughtered for that, but I think his distribution makes him an elite goalkeeper, or at least an elite option. There is something in Keane where he's been written off.
Yeah.
Digne is first class left back.
Oh yeah.
We already like you can go left, right, centre, up, down. They've got bits to the pieces to the puzzle. My problem is the depth, and as soon as a couple start dropping, it's finished.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what you saw recently, I think, is James. He's knackered. He's done. They've asked a lot of him already. 8 games in, we're talking.
Yeah. I think I think depth is the problem. And I was going to move on to Pickford because I think that his distribution is good and he's got good reaction on good quick reaction. However,
there's always a however. Yeah.
But getting to the ball and handling, and I also think it's just a lack of confidence in himself, and also lack of confidence from the Everton audience behind him, and also just from anybody.
There's no one there.
Well, yeah, well, no, yeah. Well, what I'm saying about that is beforehand, before coronavirus or all that happened, I think you could see that that was starting to destroy him a bit, but he seemed to improve himself a bit more, but not to the standard that I think that we need to be at to be able to push for where we want to be.
Right. Okay. So, in terms of what you want, is it just more signings?
Yeah, I think a defensive signing's needed. I'll be honest, and a possible winger. Because again, what you said, depth is 100% needed, and I feel like we can't rely on James Rodriguez, although he is an amazing player. Some of our players are dropping like flies, and I don't want to see our performances drop because of it. Because we need to have that depth in our team in order to push for possible European competition.
I appreciate that, man. I would just say that I have got full faith in this man
Oh,
that
no,
we're
same.
looking at here. His experience is unrivaled, and the respect that he will have in the game is unquestionable. There is also going to be an extremely long contacts list that he will be able to tap into, and there will be players who are looking for opportunities, like I would imagine Isco is about to be.
Yes, I saw that about 20 million.
Who I'm sure that they'll be interested in. This is a project, man. This is not something that you are going to get overnight.
Yeah, I know that, and I'm not discrediting Ancelotti. I think Ancelotti is a great manager, and the fact that we pulled it off, I still don't understand, but we have.
As long as he is at the club, Everton have every chance of getting whatever it is they want.
Exactly, yeah.
Because he won't be there if the plan isn't to take it forward. He won't. He wouldn't put his legacy up against that.
Yeah,
I refuse to believe that.
Yeah, he wouldn't put his neck on the line unless he had a plan. And he does have a plan, and it's working. I think that he said when he came into the club that 2 players that he wants to build his team around, Digne, Richarlison, and that shown. And I think that I have full faith in Ancelotti. I think every Everton fan does, because we've been through some rocky years. I'll be honest. Um, just any of the past since David Moyes, really, it's kind of been a bit rough. I mean, Roberto Martinez was quite good as well, but it's never really been the same. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like Ancelotti will be like his influence on just on the team, the fact that they've got an elite manager like him in power, but also the fact that he's so universally known worldwide, that he will be able to attract players like you said. But I hope that he can use what we've already got, like our youth.
Right, listen, something else you've got is Big Dunk, yeah?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And this Don does not tolerate fraudulence.
He doesn't know.
As long as this guy is there to add the communication skills that will be like no other, because he will have gift of the gab and fist of fury if anyone steps out of line.
You really saw that when he was in charge for those 3 or 4 games.
He brings out something in these players.
He's terrifying. But in the best.
I mean, quite literally, but yes, in the best way possible. And I think you've seen impact and a response from some of them that is inspiring.
Oh yeah, no, you can go.
No, carry on, man.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that I completely agree with you. I just wanted to get your opinion on it. But I think the structure is there, but it's just gonna be a gradual build up. Do you know what I mean?
You got to be patient, man. Wow, you got to be patient.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, you got. I mean, I'm an Everton
I would be.
fan, I have to be.
I would be excited because I know Everton fans have waited a long time for something to happen.
Exactly. Yeah, and you can see in those I say small sign, the massive signings, but I can say in these big signings that we've made in Alan and Decore and James, you're gonna people coming to the club and then making an influence onto the Premier League, and that people seeing, Everton's not just that club. It will make other people, like other players, be like, oh right, okay, maybe it's not just Everton, the second best in Liverpool. Do you got what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Well, that's fantastic. Look, keep the faith.
Yeah,
we'll get there in the end. Much love to your mother for getting involved, mate.
All right, thank you. All right.
Another fantastic caller. Listen, lads, this has been an absolute pleasure. I know there's a few of you still in the chat, in the Discord. I can see Eric S says I'm trying to chat, but Discord is bouncing me. We've got a couple of other frauds in the building. However, I'm going to love you and leave you. I've got to get some rest eventually. I've been going for a while. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have too. It's time for one of these. Oh, look, it matches the jumper. Isn't that? Oh, I'm like an advert. Oh, I'm like a Supermalt. Hit me up. Yeah? Look at this. We're meant to be together, lads. Oh, sensational. The colour coordination. The true fraudulent fire in the background. Oh dear. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on any of the topics that we have covered today, including the fraudulent VAR activity, the struggles that Jurgen Klopp is going to have on his hands, or Mikel Arteta's issues against Bielsa tomorrow. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the man? Is Dani Ceballos on borrowed time? Will Mesut Ozil ever play for Arsenal again? Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the right man for the job? Is Pep Guardiola finished at the top level? Oh, Jose Mourinho goes to bed tonight, the happiest man in town. Tottenham, top of the league. That's enough for tonight. That is enough for tonight. Much love to mothers for getting involved. No, mate. I'm out. Peace, guys.